I don't know.
All right, we're live.
Hey, everybody, welcome back
everybody.
to Cyberpunk Red. Punk's not dead, just so you know.
It's totally not dead. Yeah.
It's not dead at all.
Feels like you guys, it's really
unlike,
dead. It feels like
unlike
you're
the
lying.
man who bought the Segway industry. Cyberpunk Red is a... Punk's Not Dead is a Cyberpunk Red actual play, live on Twitch TV on the ShadowcastersNetwork. I'm your DM Trav, and if you weren't here for the pre-show, woo-wee, it's gonna be a night.
It's gonna be a night.
On YouTube, and this hasn't been taken down. Rewind. Watch that
Oh my
beginning.
god.
Yeah.
2 seconds in, I've already been broken.
Do our pre-shows get up on YouTube? I don't watch us, so
I can't stand to watch myself play games. I can't stand it.
I look at myself and I'm like, ugh, and I like close the tab immediately.
Like, oh, my voice.
But
It's so hard to actually fucking rewatch Join the Anarchy season 1
Yeah.
for like a show that I missed, like a session I missed.
yeah.
Very hard because I came back in the middle of it and I was like, oh god.
Hey, this episode's pretty good. Every time I make my own,
That was
every time I
hilarious.
make my own video, it's fine. Every time I see myself on someone else's video, I'm like, no. But hey, so we are in actual play live on Twitch TV playing the Cyberpunk Red Jumpstart Kit. That's what it's called, the Jumpstart Kit. It's been a few weeks. And it's a pretty saucy night. Last week we had a very like calm, tired session, and now we're all lunatics.
Oh. Hey. Everyone stay.
Oh no, he's back!
Did you stop
What the
streaming?
hell happened?
Welcome back.
No.
Hi.
Oh.
I don't know what the hell. I don't know what happened.
Hello. We're all good.
If Travis goes next, then I'm next, and if
We're
I go,
good.
then you're
Yeah.
next, Travis.
Yeah, I disappeared.
Oh,
in,
boy.
like, the...
Yeah, all of us just need to get kicked out.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're good. We're good.
What was I saying? This is gonna be fun.
Yeah.
This is gonna be a fun.
So this is episode
4.
4. Okay, cool. My counting and my understanding of dates and time are not a thing. Episode 4 of this fun little campaign here. If you haven't, you should check out the rest of it because it's pretty good. But you're here now, so deal with it. Let's introduce our players while I try to remember what an intro is. So over to I don't have the stream with me, so Scrim.
Hi, I'm Scrim, and I'm going to be playing Mirth. Mirth is an undercover cop, unbeknownst to his compatriots, and he is on the hunt for somebody who sent him a file labeled Vance. Didn't have anything to do with someone named Vance. It had to do with banking transactions for some human trafficking. Yeah, we went pretty dark, pretty off the hop there.
Like the beginning of our pre-show.
Yes. Yeah, so he's joined up with these others that you'll meet in a moment to get to the bottom of what happened with this human trafficking scandal that happened about a year ago.
Right on. Paige.
Hi, I'm Paige. Sorry.
Yeah.
Who did I play? I played Misfit. I
Sorry.
play Misfit, a rocker boy who is a lady dude who hits people with their guitar and fights for peace and revolution to take down corporations and bring back Mother Gaia. So.
Right on, brother. Oz.
Hello, I'm Oz, and I am playing Mars. She is a net runner. That means that she goes into the net and she runs in it and steals all of your informations. So yeah, she's a sassy woman, and she gives no fucks about nothing. So she just ripped all of the files of the video footage at the docks, which, hey, those docks, remember we were like, are there docks in Night City? Well, we found a map of Night City.
Yes.
And
Turns
tell me,
out
Where are the docks?
Turns out, yeah. So Night City is actually a location of California entirely separated from California and is actually truly in the middle of water.
Yeah.
So all of the east and northern side of the entirety of Night City are ports and docks. So
We
to be
just
more
happened to be at
specific,
the right one.
yeah, to be specific. Well, no, you guys knew which location.
Yeah.
Trav wasn't aware of the sort of the geography of Night City as much because I couldn't find any resources.
Well, also the Jumpstart Kit didn't come with a map of the city, which you think they would, especially since it came with like a separate world book.
Yeah, that's weird that they didn't.
Yeah.
It would have been nice if they did, especially given that like half of Night City was nuked. I would like to know where exactly was nuked.
That was basically like Central Night City, but there is a location in Night City called the Combat Zone, which I also didn't touch on. That was my fault. I knew about it. I just completely spaced it. But it's a section of Night City called the Combat Zone, which takes up a good portion of the south middle of Night City, and that is just a complete when you think like the post-apocalypse of this world after the nuke, the Combat Zone is that. It is it's like
Mad
you hear
Max.
about that's basically Mad Max territory, like unprotected past this point you're on your own sort of thing. That basically, yeah, that's like the you don't even go there sort of place. Palmer, thank you for the tier 1 sub.
Hey, yeah.
Right on, brother.
Speaking of,
so yes, just
should we talk about that? Yeah.
Well, first I wanted to correct some of my stuff here. So, our heroes went to the Eastern Exchange Wharf when they went to the docks. Nick Morgan made a funny joke about it just being some rinky-dink like rent a kayak small thing. It's not that. It's literally like a government-owned section of the city. So clear that up for you. I'll also talk about
very intense security guards.
Yeah, that's security guard. Ooh.
Very intense security guard. We'll get to that as well. Liam is in our hearts. Yes.
Hope much.
So usually we're all on a show called Join the Anarchy, which is an interactive Shadowrun Anarchy campaign. Yeah. That allows you guys to just fuck with the entirety of the game, which also means that when you defeat the stream boss, wherever it may be on the stream overlay right now, every time that stream boss is defeated, we all get a reroll for this campaign, Punk's Not Dead, and there's a reroll that gets thrown into a shared pool of all the players, and the god, me, Trav. I didn't introduce myself, by the way. I'm Trav. You can call me God. So we all get a reroll. Godmaster boy, dude, and then we get a reroll in a pool of our choosing, not of our choosing. We all get a roll of a pool dice.
Just a pool.
I'm a really professional streamer, by the way.
We all are.
Yeah. So every time you defeat the stream boss, we all get a reroll, which has been very helpful. These guys actually ran out of their rerolls last session.
We just got one, thanks to Nick Morgan.
Got one. We got one. Thank you. So our current pools are what? Oz, you have right
1 and 5. You can see him right
5?
over. Our stream can see him here. Yeah, you have 5.
I have 5.
1.
All right, I need to mark mine for me so I know to remember to use them because I haven't been using them enough. Because last session I didn't really need to because these guys just got ruined with luck. Like
with
the amount of ties.
Yeah,
the amount of ties with rolls and the amount of like the crits that I got, like I didn't need to reroll as much. So hopefully luck is more even this time around. I'm gonna open up a notepad so I have that in my face that says 5 rerolls, and there you have it. Other than that, we've all introduced ourselves. We've all made complete goofs of ourselves, which is par for the course. Introduced the system. Is there anything I'm forgetting? Is there anything?
Let's talk about previously on.
Well, that's what I mean. Is like if we have nothing else to talk to, then I'll just talk about.
Well, you know what? Yeah,
recap.
I'll take a quick second here. I just want to plug our friend of the network, Nathan Blades. He just came out with a zine called The Queer Cyberpunks Guide to Tabletop RPGs, which I'm going to link right here. Go and get it. It's got some great stuff in it.
Question.
Yes.
Is that his real name?
Nathan Blades? Yes, that is legit
he
his real
sounds like
name.
an NPC in any video game ever.
Yeah.
It's like, go see Nathan Blades.
And
you're
he's
like,
probably
okay.
one of your favorite NPCs.
Probably. With a name like that, how could you not?
Yeah, so check him out. He's on itch.io under Six of Spades. Yes.
That's what my
Chat's already
brain
like,
did.
that's his real name?
Wait.
Yes.
Yeah,
He named
it's a fucking
himself
awesome name.
Six of Spades and not Six of Blades.
Yeah. Don't ask me, ask him. That's
I feel like he's just he's too cool to lean into it like that. He's just
Yeah.
like whatever. My name's
Oz,
Blades.
you said a word I don't recognize. He had a Z, it starts with a Z.
zine.
What was it?
A
Zine. What is a
zine.
zine?
That's an excellent question. It's like
It's
a
short
magazine.
for magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh.
like a magazine, but it's not an actual. It's like a limited run, I think, is what zines mean, or like they're like little pamphlet books.
Okay. Yeah, like zine, like magazine. Like as soon as you said magazine, I'm like, I'm a fucking idiot. But okay, gotcha. Made a zine. Yeah, absolutely check it out. Click the links, preferably later, because here we are right now. And if you
us
leave,
first.
I'll cry.
It is a small
Charlotte
circulation,
mentioned that.
self-published work of original or appropriated text and images. And yeah, it could be through webzine, fanzine, stuff like that. So it's not an official
Oh, yeah,
magazine.
brother.
Yeah.
So basically, if you're not a boomer, you'll know what it is. I'm a boomer, as you can
Okay,
tell from
boomer.
my barely visible mustache. All right, and with that, let's bring it back and talk about what the heck happened last time on Punk's Not Dead. So. Let's find some good music, some nice reminiscing. So let's just
Memories.
wow.
Don't get me started, Oz.
I hope
you
this
know I
is-
love that musical. Don't get me started.
No,
hope
that
this is like a thing.
was Barbara Streisand. You're thinking
I'm thinking
I know
cats.
no, I know you're thinking Cats, Grisabella and her.
But Oz
Wait,
hates
how-
cats.
I know he does.
Yeah.
And
Cats
that's you are so lucky you're my best friend.
Yo, look, cats. I have a whole diatribe about cats. We're not going to get into it. We have a show to do, but we can
Hey,
have
man.
a whole debate about cats.
Deal.
Yeah.
Cats the musical. All right.
So good.
In our shared hate of Cats the no, I'm joking.
I will leave.
Last
You can find
time,
another misfit.
the gang found themselves in the territory of a booster gang known as the Arachnid. I almost called them the Spiders, and I'm like, no, it's the Arachnid, and their home base is called the Web, and they're a bunch of spooky techno boys who specialize in just a lot of neon and maybe some hacking. From the looks of it, mostly neon. Group found themselves in a pretty sticky situation when they pretended to offer, haha, in the web, you guys it.
The webs we weave.
It's okay, Travis. It's okay.
He's so proud of me.
A sticky situation when they pretended to offer Misfit as a sort of a peace offering to gain information on Lyle Burke, a name that they all have some sort of beef with. Misfit was taken away, and they had some interesting conversation with Spider, who apparently they were under the impression led the Arachnid, which turned out to not be the case when Misfit came face to face with a man named Widow, who actually ran the booster gang. And when worlds collided there, they managed to find themselves an exit once they received some information. Spider was very broad when speaking on Lyle Burke. They basically learned that some of the operations of this human trafficking was conducted at the dock. She wasn't very, very specific on which one. That was my fault. She would have mentioned that it was the Eastern Exchange wharf that they met at. But still, that's a pretty large section, and she was still very broad about it. Thankfully,
she gave an address. Yeah, totally.
She gave an address. Yeah. So thankfully, Widow was not 100% happy with the way Spider was doing business, and the gang managed to use that to their advantage to GTFO of the web without getting destroyed, which was very impressive. Me as a GM was like, okay, cool, nice, nailed it. Like, that was literally the best way to get out of that situation, and you nailed it. So you guys escape the web, you get Misfit back. Everyone's in one piece as far as you know, and you guys.
Well, we are. I don't know about Spider.
Yeah, exactly. You guys make it back to the van with the bandmates of Toxic Rage, and discuss what to do next. Finding that you all basically just want to go check out the docks now that you've received info on that. So the gang traveled to the Eastern Exchange wharf, which was quite a trek from where they were from the web. It did take probably somewhere close to, I don't know, 30 minutes to an hour to get there. And this is all at around 3 in the morning. And so the gang gets to the docks and does some snooping around. Find out that there is a guard shack that has access to the security cameras, which they wanted to snoop around the footage of to see if they could find any trace of Lyle Burke happenings. Also forgot to mention, very important, Mars heard a couple names that interested her, that rang a bell. We've heard Jeeves and Yahoo as 2 names of interest from Mars, but no additional information was given on that front. The gang found this guard shack, only one guard inside, figured, you know what, we'll just, put the guy to sleep, take the footage, be gone. Little did they know that this man, and there she goes, there goes Scrim. Little did they know that this man's name was Liam. What does it have to do with anything? Nothing. But he kicked their asses. Not really. There was quite an exchange. This guard was much, much, much more proficient with security than they thought. Managing to finally escape after an awkward interview with Misfit. Manages to escape the clutches of these infiltrators and GTFO of this guard shack. Almost as amazing as an escape attempt as it was from the web itself. And with the shack not guarded, we were able to extract the video footage from the several cameras watching the wharf, and the gang made it back to the van with their new evidence to look through. And that's where we ended off. We don't have Mirth because Discord and technology as a whole was a mistake.
Yeah, so so Mars, I think, is going to go ahead and just browse the footage.
Okay.
Shall we?
Sure. Let's do. Because you're so you're in a van. You're in the van. It is about 5 in the morning at this point. There is hours of footage here from 7 different cameras.
Okay, so let me revise my statement. Mars is going to open the files and then go, guys, I don't know about you, but I could really use some sleep.
And then there was 2.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Cyberpunk Not Dead, Cyberpunk Red, actual play live on Twitch TV on ShadowcastersNetwork. We're back after technical difficulties. And you guys are back in the band van. At 5 a.m., you have hours of footage from the docks on the eastern side of Night City, investigating some human trafficking. It's currently 5 a.m., and Misfit has a fantastic idea. Not Misfit, sorry. Mars has a fantastic idea. Trav has a fantastic idea. Change your names so they're not all starting with M.
I warned you guys.
Yeah. Mars has a fantastic idea.
Yeah, we should. I don't feel like going through all of this footage right now. I could use some sleep.
Agreed.
I'm barely awake.
We've been.
Yeah.
We've
What
been
did you
up
say?
since.
Should we sleep? I think we should sleep. Yes.
Motel somewhere, anywhere.
Misfit's gonna pat Ted on his back to wake him up and basically tell him to take us to the hideout. We can sleep there.
Yeah, you pat him on the back, and he's like, his face is still on the steering wheel, and without moving, his hand just goes up to the gear shift and. Yeah, you guys drive off. Where is your hideout located?
I think it would be cool if it was in like not an abandoned factory because that's too cliche punk. I'm thinking like
Cliche punk.
Some old corporation building that they overthrew and now they're in there for reasons.
I had an idea. And
yes,
I didn't.
Oz.
An old
Yeah.
corporation building.
Yeah.
No,
Yes,
I'm thinking like somewhere that's just been like graffitied to hell, like just super tagged, like an old
Yeah.
skateboardy kind of underpass.
Ooh, I got one. An abandoned train station.
Okay.
Nice.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
Yeah.
Like a subway station?
Yeah, sure. Because
Yeah, that's good.
I'd like to imagine that it's kind of like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, where you actually have to go underground into the subway area, walk the rails, and then go inside one of those little cul-de-sacs, and then it's like.
Well, I know that one of the things
And then you're
that
like 30 minutes or less, fuckwad, or it's free.
I vaguely remember in the World Book it said that they are currently in construction for a rail station that's above ground because everything underground got like
collapsed
messed up
because of the
So this is like one of the last remaining ones intact underground.
Yeah.
You gotta
one of
go
the ones
through
that's, like,
dangerous
closer
things
on
to
the
get there.
outskirt, Yeah.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm.
This is one that's been it wasn't necessarily intact, but in the last like 20 years, some people have some non-government people have come in and kind of worked on removing some of the rubble from this place. So it's kind of like a delinquents underground sort of thing.
Mm-hmm. I think
there's,
also
like-
there was a sea level rise as well, so it's like flooded some of those those passages.
Yeah, so it's 5 a.m. You guys get to wade through water. It's a very fun time. And then you guys get to
I'm sure if we were going to be carrying electrical equipment, I'm sure that they would have made some sort of pathways or walkways to like their driest area. Because, like I said, they've got fucking guitars and shit that they have to carry. So
I'm sorry, Cole just called Raphael Ralph, and I think that's hilarious. Donatello, Michelangelo, Ralph. Yeah. So you guys make it to your hideout in an abandoned train station. Staying away from the cliche of a warehouse and going to the bunch of rebels living in a boxcar.
hey.
Oh no, you go to the train station and it's suited up however you guys have suited it up for how long have you been living in this train station?
Let's say like 2 years now.
Okay.
We probably lived somewhere else, and then we were like, we need a new location, and then I don't know. I can't think of his name. Hendrik was like, dude, there's like this train, or maybe he's just super high and he just went trains. And Mr. was like,
Trains, yeah.
I see what you're getting at. Like,
Yeah. This is a really good spot because it's right next to a lot of fast food places, and Hendrix is like, hell yeah, dude. You guys bring the van in. Yeah. You guys bring the van in, and yeah, all of the bandmates just start unpacking everything and getting all the equipment all settled in, and you're here.
All right. Mirth is like barely functional. He's real tired. And he asks Misfit, is there anywhere I can curl up?
Misfit just goes, and she points to the sofa, and she goes, have fun!
He collapses on the sofa.
Yeah, the whole sofa's kind of like...
yeah.
It's like so uncomfortable, but he's asleep inside.
Yeah, and Mars kind of like looks around the barrel that's the fire barrel, looking for like literally just any slab of any mat that I can just kind of toss myself onto for now.
There's couches, there's bunk beds. I mean, I'm sure that they furnish this place enough where it looks like presentable and comfortable enough where it's not going to be like, oh, we're in a sewer and we're surrounded by water. It's fucking cold. Like, I'm sure they've done something.
I don't know, man.
Dressed
How
up a
punk
little.
are you?
Punk enough to stay alive and not wet. You know?
Yeah, punk enough to not want chronic back pain.
Exactly. We gotta fucking come
Punk
home
enough to
from
stay
a goddamn...
hydrated.
We gotta fucking come home from a fucking stage performance where we blow up shit and set things on fire. We're gonna want some lumber support, right? Like...
All right. So Mars just makes sure that she's not taking anybody's space, maybe sleeping space, and she's gonna go. All right. See you in a few hours. Just don't talk to me, please. Thank you. Anyone touches me, they die.
Yeah, Misfit turns into her room and she just takes makeup wipes and just goes and then just falls flat in her bed.
Yeah. All right. Everyone finds their way around the hideout and just crashes. Yeah. There's you guys are back. Everyone's asleep. You guys get however much sleep you dictate. Yeah. I would assume like Mirth, you're probably the first one up, right?
I think so. I think he's the kind of guy like he needs his sleep, but the amount of sleep he needs is like 4 hours. Like he's one of those people.
Mm-hmm.
So
also, like, I would imagine that his body's trained to be like, it's 5 a.m. It's 5 a.m. You need to wake up.
But we just went to bed at 5 a.m.
He went to bed at 5 a.m. and he wakes up and he's like,
You know what I mean, though. Like his body's trained to sleep like a number of hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hours.
So yeah, I think he's probably up around, around 10 or so.
Method.
I'm method acting.
Yeah.
God. All right, yeah. So like around 10, so you get a good 5
A
hours.
good 5,
Yeah.
solid 5, and he actually gets ready to go for a run.
Okay. Yeah, you
fun running in the sewers.
you're here with none of your clothes. You wait like you don't have like a change of clothes. Like you're not at your house. You're still in your punk rock apparel for the concert.
What did that shirt say on it again?
Isn't it Jeff?
Oh gosh, something like "fuck it" or "go fuck yourself" or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, I think that he will just like strip down to just pants. Like he'll like take off a shirt to go for the run.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to like sweat through the one shirt he has.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, yeah. You go running shirtless in the weird downtown train station area of Night City.
Why not?
Yeah. So you go for your run. So like what time do you guys think you would usually wake up? Like going to bed at 5. Like, is your character a late sleeper? Do you just sort of get normal? Like,
yeah, Mars is definitely a sleep in for a long.
Yeah.
Like she's a stay awake for a long time, sleep for a long time.
Yeah, I think that's Misfit as well.
Yeah.
There have been multiple concerts where like that's how they roll.
Yeah.
Unless they're like on tour, then they would get up early enough. But like no, it's definitely like they wake up at like 5 p.m. type of shit.
I imagine Mars probably wakes up when she's like nudged by what's his name? The cute derpy one.
Phil.
Yeah.
Phil. There he is. Phil.
I need my list of my band.
Yeah, you got Phil, Hendrix, Lola, Bill, and Ted.
Yeah, Lola.
Yeah, so Phil is gonna nudge me.
Is this anarchy where you dictate what my NPCs do?
Oh, it's so hard not to do that.
I know. But I just
wanted to take Cole's suggestion of a shirt. I'm like, yes. Oh,
But I don't know. I imagine Phil's the type that would have like a coffee. And plus Phil is also I imagine Phil is also interested in the files that Mars has found, since he was able to identify a bunch of stuff about those files.
I also think Phil is the type that just, if he doesn't have to talk to you, like, why would he chance that interaction for the day?
He's super social and social, yeah.
Phil is the side of me that doesn't want to be an actor and just wants to sit in a corner and die.
That's our Phil. He's cute.
There's a little bit of Phil in all of us.
Sure.
Yeah, no, like you'd wake up like you might wake up to see. I don't really know the layout of like. I kind of feel like you guys are all just kind of in like a big room. Like, at least the both of you. Like, there's like the couch. All right, you guys would be waking up later. Then Mirth comes back.
It's definitely in the
Hendrix,
afternoon. It's like mid-afternoon.
Yeah, Mirth comes back from his
like
run.
glowing with sweat on his chiseled muscles.
Yeah. You walk in with with the oh no, I'm forgetting
Dirk
his name.
Man Beef.
I'm forgetting Dirk Man Beef.
Who are you forgetting?
His name is.
Phil.
It's not. No, it's not a character. I'm trying to compare Mirth to an actor. It's not Pine. It's not Hemsworth. It's Captain America, and his name.
Chris Evans.
It's Evans.
Yeah.
Basically that, like the shirtless Chris Evans, like walking in, and it looks
really
like
any Chris is acceptable.
Pretty much any Chris, but Evans is the specific. Like, when I think of Mirth, I think of Captain America. That's America's ass.
I don't know why.
But yeah, you come back with your Evan get up, and Hendrix is like cross-legged on the couch eating a bowl of cereal with like a doob in his ear, like a pencil. He's just sitting there eating. You guys would have a TV or something. He's like watching. He's looking at the TV and it's off. He's just kind of staring into it and eating cereal.
Hendrix is slowly becoming my favorite band member.
Yeah. Today, last night, you went to bed. Hendrix had long hair, long straight hair. You get here this morning and his hair is dreadlocked. you just come back and it has dreadlocked hair and he's eating cereal. And it's like, I don't know, like 6 a.m. Like you maybe went for like an hour run, depending on how long you think he went for. You come back still pretty early and he's just eating cereal. And he's like the only one awake. But yeah, he's just staring at the TV. So hey, yeah, like Hendrix, and then like I think Bill and Ted may get up and everyone's just sort of doing their thing. And then yeah, like Phil, like everyone's awake except for Misfit and Mars.
I probably start stirring at the sound of conversation and hit me, yeah, Ted,
hit
my face.
Yeah, Ted will probably be like, oh, they're still not fucking up, huh? And he just clears his throat. He's in the opposite room, but he like clears his throat and he just goes, "Oi!" and it just rings through the hole, and like both of you are just like, "Ah."
Misfit like opens like this like shitty ass door, and she goes, "I swear, I told you, I need my sleep." She's like,
Yeah, Mars wakes up. She has like all of her hair like this to the side, matted on one side. What time is it?
too early for this shit. And then Misfit walks back in her room and she starts getting ready for the day. She's
4:46
clearly not a
p.m.
morning person.
Do you have coffee?
Yeah.
Coffee.
I made lunch.
Yeah, they make coffee for Misfit like all the time at this time.
Yeah.
And this is the same routine every day.
Yeah, this is
too early. Like they wake anytime she wakes up. It's too early for this shit. Just like, don't ever wake me up ever.
I think Mirth also washed his one shirt and is still shirtless, like he's letting it dry.
Yeah.
So he's just making sandwiches.
Yeah. Lola has
Mars
kind
is
of just
totally not stealing glances. As
Absolutely.
she's like sits there like waiting for a coffee to be placed in front of her. She's like halfway between like trying to stay conscious and like bringing herself, and it's like, that's a nipple.
That's it. Yeah. She wouldn't be the only one. Lola, ever so often, has been considering switching from veganism and just getting some meat. So she's she's been stealing glances. It's sort of just like you're kind of like a spotlight at the moment, Mirth, and probably,
And he's totally oblivious.
Yeah, you're totally oblivious. But after a bit, you may feel like some eyes are on you. Like you may not know why, but
I think that Mirth too, like he's like, okay, whatever, I'm not wearing a shirt, I'm not whatever, and then he does kind of notice a little bit, and then he remembers, he's like, oh yes, I do have that effect on women, I should put my shirt back on.
I do have that effect on women.
I do have that effect on women.
Maybe he like borrows a shirt from Phil or Bill or Ted or one of the.
I'm sorry, you and Phil are not the same size.
Male. Hendrix male.
You put on.
But
There you go. You borrow a shirt from Phil, and it fits you just about as well as that T-shirt did in Captain America. Now it's just
So it's like super tight.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, that's better.
Is it better or worse for the girls now? I feel like it would be worse.
It's
But he
probably
thinks
about
it's better.
It's about the same. Yeah. Yeah. You put on this shirt, and now you're no better.
What is
But
it?
it's less cold in here.
What does it say on his shirt?
His shirt says it's a Johnny Silverhand shirt.
Yeah.
That has him, and he has his sunglasses down and he's pointing, and it says, "You're breathtaking."
I was gonna say, I see where this is going.
Yeah,
I need that in real life, man.
Yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah, he tosses you one, and he's like, "Yeah, I have like 11 of those." So you can just keep that one.
Thanks.
Yeah,
It's a pretty popular shirt.
you got nice boobs. He says to Mirth.
Oh, I was about to say I was gonna kick your ass.
Mirth looks visibly uncomfortable and doesn't really respond, and continues making sandwiches. Would you like one? He offers one to Mars.
Yeah, she just yes, please. Just yeah. And she like pours herself a cup of coffee and she's like, I'm gonna get right to work. Excuse me. And
Misfit gets up and walking out, she is like she's ready for a show. Perfect. Makeup on, outfit on, she's ready. And she walks over and just grabs one of Mirth's sandwiches and just goes, all right, eats it.
What kind of sandwiches are you making here, Mirth?
He
with what's available here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of just like piles everything on it. Like he thinks everyone has the same appetite as him, so he makes these massive sandwiches just stacked with like everything that is available. And so it's like Mars and Misfit could eat like a quarter of it and be full, but he's just wolfing it down.
Yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, it's just it's got a lot of stuff. So it, like even though like Lola is vegan and like seriously just like shits on anybody who eats meat in front of her, Ted and Bill are like, nah, fuck you, and they have their animal byproducts. So there is stuff in the house.
It's same thing
and
with Misfit.
yeah,
she definitely grabs a sandwich with meat.
yeah. And Lola immediately is just like, and like leaves.
He makes a meatless one for Lola.
Yeah, your hands touched the rest of it, so no thanks.
All right, he eats it.
Yeah.
He puts the sandwich in his sandwich.
Extra.
It's good fiber. Don't want to let that go to waste.
And then Hendrix is like tuning his guitar, even though it's been tuned for the last I don't know, like 3 hours. And Ted walks up and he's like, "Fuck you doing with my guitar?" Like, what? You're the fucking drummer. Yeah, man, I was just fixing it. He's still on the couch, same spot as he was before. And then Phil's like, yeah, okay. Well, I think we were gonna do the we were gonna look at the
Use your words.
we were gonna look at the security footage, and I think maybe we wanted to use they wanted to use the couch, maybe. It's like, oh, all right, man. They get everyone to usher away, and you guys are free to.
Mars immediately crashes on the couch, and she like sets her feet up and everything, and just, all right, swipies. Yeah, and she starts browsing. You want me to do a perception check?
Yeah, let's do a perception check. This is gonna take a very long time.
20.
20. Wow. All right. Yeah, you are like speeding through this, like trying to just like you're like skimming, but like you're pretty much getting like you managed to finagle a way to be able to look at all of them at once to see if there's any sort of like way to or like so you can compare the footage, and you're looking through and it's there's like something off about some of the footage that you haven't quite like picked up on yet. And then it's at a certain point later when you're like, oh, so there's 7 of them. This one is flipped, or like it's like flipped horizontal. Like this one is flipped horizontal. Like someone came in here and like messed with it so that like the footage was just mirrored and looked awkward. And it's then like when you start swapping them back and moving them through that you start noticing like some discrepancies with some of the footage. And you're looking, there's like their cameras are looking at a bunch of different locations. Is there anywhere specifically like on the dock, like are you looking near like parking? Are you looking near like the docks themselves?
I believe
like,
near the docks I think the plan was to start around the area that Spider was talking about, and then when I see where the suspects are moving to, finding a camera and just kind of that's in the next area they move to, and just kind of tracing them until I get to a spot where I can maybe see what they were taken into.
Gotcha. Yeah, so you're looking through, this is hours and hours and hours and hours, and you're not seeing a lot of activity, but you get to the point where you see you see some, cargo coming in and out. None of it's really of any interest. Is there maybe like a no, I won't make you do a memory test. I think it's pretty, you're using all the information at your disposal. You see a name that kind of looks familiar, that you just keep seeing on like some of the ships and like a couple of vehicles. It just says like BioLife. like like a name. Yeah, like BioLife. It's just like a name with it kind of has like a, I don't know, like a kind of generic-y logo. It just BioLife on it, and it sounds familiar. And it sounds familiar because when you go back and check the other resources you have, BioLife is one of the shell companies used to transfer Lyle Burke's money. Or the money that was transferred from Militech in connection to Lyle Burke. And you, so you notice that is something you see, and then you start to notice that if you had flipped the others to be mirrored, some of these vehicles went in completely different directions. Some of these vehicles didn't appear at all. You started to pick up on some weird discrepancies. Someone definitely came in here and tried to hide without making a big deal of it.
Interesting. So I point out BioLife to Mirth and Misfit. So
the company does sound familiar to all of us.
It's a shell company.
Oh, okay.
We know. Yeah, it was part of the file.
Right. Yeah, it would have been something that.
Yeah, when you look it up to see what you can find on BioLife, is just nothing. There's just nothing about it. It's kind of just like an empty name.
Where's the money coming from? The local bank here in Night City?
Yeah, it's like one of the many different accounts. It's like an offshore account under BioLife. Like basically, you kind of piece it together. Like BioLife was just sort of the name they could slap on this this company account.
Okay.
Yeah, then you start to see there's like there's trucks coming to and from the dock. You don't see anything particularly incriminating, mostly just like the deliveries being made to trucks, but yeah, on the footage itself, you don't see people being lined up into trucks, but
right.
But do I see maybe like big crates maybe being moved between those vans or into a ship?
Very varying size of cargo from like a smaller ship to the trucks. There's deliveries being made of varying sizes. You do see some bigger crates that you could think, okay, maybe they have people in crates, but
okay.
Do I ever see Vance?
The video recordings here don't go back that far.
Okay.
This is about like 2 days worth of footage on this record you have here.
And it's from like the last couple weeks, or it's from the
the last 2 days.
It's the last 2 days. Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. I think, do I maybe see a place where a BioLife cargo ship is stationed?
There was no BioLife. There wasn't. I may have misspoke. There wasn't any specific BioLife ships. There was ships that there was a ship that had crates being loaded onto a BioLife truck. Like the crates themselves didn't just say like BioLife on them. They were containers being loaded into a BioLife truck.
So BioLife trucks were not shipping crates onto ships. The ships
were bringing crates to BioLife. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that sounds like a lead. Because what would a shell company be shipping and where to?
Beats me.
I don't know, but I say we
stalk
one of them.
Definitely worth checking out.
Yeah, I say we stalk one of them.
Agreed.
Sounds like a plan.
Hopefully there's a different security guard working tonight.
Oh, but I liked him.
Yeah, he was all right. He did well at his job.
Yeah, and he knows your name, so that's good.
Unfortunately.
And my number if he wants to contact me about work.
I wouldn't hold your breath on that one.
Yeah, that'll
I
go
was
well.
gonna say, do I even have anything on my messages or anything like that?
You asking me if the man you assaulted the night before has called you about the job you offered him?
Yes.
No.
Hey, I just, you never know.
Yeah. I just thought it was funny to word it that way. No, no, you haven't gotten a call from security guard Liam
Damn it.
Poor Liam.
yet.
Roleplays are done.
And so
There's still hope. Give him a couple of days. It's still fresh.
to further kind of like loop some circles around, right? The shipments that the arachnids were making, those were paid. Lyle Burke was paying the arachnids through the local bank using Jeeves and Yahoo as point people.
Yeah, that's basically what you've surmised. Yeah.
Right. And so then BioLife is part of... See, it's funny because the arachnids were tracking down people to send to the docks to then be shipped. Wasn't that their deal?
That was what was happening before the scandal. And then slowly after the scandal, they stopped receiving basically job offers.
Yeah, that worked right
what
out.
she told you. Yeah. And now the only seemingly related event is these BioLife trucks getting shipments. And when you look it up, there is literally like BioLife is like nothing. It's like if you maybe find a website that is just like buzzwords with no clickable links sort of thing, like it is just like a name.
Yeah. Dumb question. Is the footage in reverse? Would I be dumb enough? Would I be dumb enough to not notice that? I don't think so. But
No. Like once you notice the horizontal thing, like you looked through stuff and like no, it's like you could tell from the way they're moving. Like they would be like playing it in reverse. Like it would be awkward because they're like backing. Like the way they wouldn't be loading it on the boat. They're definitely like loading stuff from the boats to the trucks.
Okay. Well then I say
Not a dumb question at all.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it might be obvious. But yeah, I was trying to see if maybe like it was doctored to look like BioLife was receiving shipments when they were actually sending shipments. But okay.
No, the only doctoring that you found with your ridiculous roll was the just like the mirroring and the weird like some of them just didn't line up. Like someone definitely fucked with these to try and make it. They didn't want to just erase everything because then it would just seem like, oh look, there's just like. Yeah, that's like it's a discrepancy that they didn't want to like, so they were very careful about making things sort of look fine.
I would like to do a memory test though, or not memory. What was the concentration? Yeah, concentration.
Sure. For what?
Does this match up with a certain MO that I might be familiar with?
A certain MO you might be familiar with.
Just secret chat him, dude.
I have a lot of info here, and
some
there's
people
quite
in
a
my
few
backstory that might need to be dealt with.
Dealt with. I mean,
Jeeves and Yahoo. Does it look like Jeeves and Yahoo? There, 18.
What? Who are Jeeves and Yahoo? What?
I don't know.
I mean, you don't really even need to do like a memory test. Like the like Jeeves and Yahoo, like Spider like told you basically that like Jeeves and Yahoo were helping like pay. They were paying, like they were basically like Lyle's like hands. So they're implicated in this somehow. Or they at least were at one point.
Right, but I just wanted to see if like they were the
like
way that they doctored
it?
the footage, does that look like their handiwork? Like were they the ones specifically the one that were doing it?
Possibly. This does seem like they were sort of the type to Jeeves was sort of the type to like edit slightly to the point of like hiding it in plain sight. So this seems like something he might have he might have done himself. If Mars specifically was just like, yeah, I think it could be, you know?
Yeah. Oh yeah. She's little alarm bells are ringing.
Yeah. Okay, that's who I thought you were talking about. But I have a lot of people have business with, so I'm like, I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Cool. So so looking at the team, let's I say we follow up on BioLife and track one of the shipments from the wharf to wherever they get taken to.
Do they arrive at regular intervals, or would we kind of be shot in the dark?
You have the last 2 days of video evidence. The one of those is you guys having like, well, you see I guess you would see the footage of like you guys walking around. You see Misfit.
Do we have footage of Liam, like
of Liam fight? You may have footage of him running away.
Fleeing, yeah.
There's no real reason for them to have like a security camera pointed at the guy looking at the security cameras, you know?
Sure.
Well, I mean,
so
like,
they don't,
out, right?
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is like so there's no
the
cameras pointed directly at the
fight itself.
At the
right,
fight
but like
itself.
I might catch him at some point, and like,
you might see,
look,
yeah,
it's Liam.
you see him, yeah, you see like a figure like darting off away from the wharf. You see a guy with a boat talking to somebody on the wharf, and then like that somebody like throws something at him, and then walks away.
Right.
But yeah, like
which
you
we
guys are
confirmed
pretty safe
that was
because of
Misfit.
right?
Yeah. She'll even point it out.
Yeah. And yeah, so this is the past couple days. So the night that you guys were there, you skimmed through the footage. You don't see anything. I mean, you guys were there for like at least an hour, but you guys were there like 4 or 5. The day before, you noticed that at 3 a.m. Some of the trucks, that's when you saw the footage of like the trucks and like a boat coming in and giving the trucks cargo, the trucks leaving. So it's sort of up in the air. Like one day they were there, one day they weren't. Misfit remembers that them being there at 3 a.m. lines up with what the guy on the wharf said about them. Like, yeah, sometimes I see people like an hour ago, like usually, but yeah.
Right, so it sounds like we should just stake out the place at night and just wait.
Good idea. We could do that. But before I get into this idea, is there like a social media network in this world?
Yeah.
That we know of? Okay.
I'm not sure the name of it, but I know that there's media.
Something.
There's like radio and media and TV and everything. Like that's still like front and center, but I can't remember the name of the social media.
Like MeFeed?
Misfit's going
basically
to as like Mars and Murth are talking like, oh, we should do this and everything. She's just on her like
Pop
device.
Media. It's Pop Media. It just came to me.
Pop Media.
She's on her, what they're called, agents or whatever?
Yeah.
The cell phones, yeah.
The
She's on
agents.
her agent just tip-tapping away. And I want to, like, send out, like, a tweet about, like, doing some corporation takedown. Have you guys seen anything about this BioLife truck situation? Or anything of that nature? Maybe we can get a kind of locations where they go and whatnot.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
And since she's a band, and she probably has like a bunch of followers or whatever.
Okay.
She's pretty open about her anti-corp sensibilities,
Yeah.
so...
I feel like any corporation kind of knows. They probably just see us as like Rathskellion whippersnappers. But we do burn cars and shit.
Is she just kind of doing this of her own volition, like she doesn't tell anybody she's doing it?
No, not yet.
Okay.
She's posting it and then she'll basically mention her plan.
She's got rock star connections.
When she mentions it, Mirth says, "Are you sure that's a good idea? This is not a very well-known company. They may know we're onto them."
Good. And she kind of like walks over to the couch and plops down, kicks her feet up on the arms of it, and then looks at them. And she goes,
"Isn't it better
what?
if they have less information about our investigations?"
If you want to be bored while taking down a corporation. Two, this will give us more information. If they know about it, which I'm pretty sure every corporation at least knows our name and knows what we do, they don't know you two are involved, so it could just be us. If that's what you're worried about. If you're worried about them amping up security, that's no big deal. We've done this before.
Well, I'm more concerned that they'll target a publicly known band and raid you or
honey,
make you disappear.
If they do, there's gonna be a lot of people after them. And then she just holds up her agent and like points at the number of followers she has. Like
he like kind of kneels down to the couch and says, "Misfit, I don't know if you understand the level of resources we're talking about. They can make you completely disappear. They control pop media."
Then let them try. Other corporations have tried and I'm still here.
He kind of gets a look of concern on his face and says, "Well, at any rate, we better accelerate this investigation because we just became better known than I'm comfortable with."
She like pats his cheek and she goes, "Oh, you're concerned," and she stands up. I appreciate that, but really, they can try.
Don't be flippant about this, Misfit. I'm not saying that they're in the right or that you shouldn't be using your platform to speak against them, but this is people's lives that you're playing with. If we don't get a chance to take them down right now, they may be taking other people as we speak.
They're gonna do that anyway. It's better to stand up and speak out than just being silent and being all stealthy and whatnot.
There's a time for revolution and a time for discretion.
Well, to be fair, having a huge network of potential informants like that is actually probably a smart idea. Because we could sit here and just keep wasting time while, different people keep getting shipped around in a human trafficking ring. But
not to mention, if they end up doing something, lots of people will know. It would be more dangerous for them to act up than us doing, being silent about it and being taken out in the dark. You might as well be out on stage and have them throw bottles at you instead of vice versa. Does that make sense? Am I making sense? You know what I mean?
I understand your argument, but I disagree with the premise. Regardless, it's out there now. So whatever information you do get, hopefully it will help further things.
Hopefully.
All right. Shall we head to the eastern wharf, I believe it was, of the many docks we have options to pick from?
You're thinking of the Exchange Wharf in
I knew it was
Port
the
Authority District 7. So
That's
we can
the
just
one.
basically say Port 7 Exchange Wharf.
Do you think Liam's working this today?
Dude, if I was Liam, I wouldn't fucking work today.
No, neither would I.
I'm sure he called off.
Let's hope the next security guard isn't as trained as he is.
All right, you guys. So are you taking the full band? Who's all coming with?
No, I think we just need a ride to that location and then be dropped off, and then Miss.
Yeah, Triple M.
Yeah.
Well, we need a vehicle to be able to tail them. So.
Oh. Well, then I guess I'm taking. Well, who can drive out of this group? Misfit, let's Ted drive.
That's a skill, right? Is that a skill?
believe
I have no idea.
it's a skill. I was wondering about that myself before the session.
Driving. It is called driving. It is literally driving.
I do
skill.
not have the skill of driving. Odd.
It is based off of reflexes. I don't have driving either. Yeah, no. That's
Is it maybe like most people can drive, but you can't? Not most people can stunt drive, kind of deal.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, it's basically like if you have the drive skill, you're like a proficient driver who can do maneuvers and everything.
Yeah, usually that's for like nomad characters.
Got it.
For those kinds of.
I guess we can take Ted because he usually drives the van. And I'm guessing he
he's
would have that
pretty
skill.
much the one that drives it most
Yeah.
of the time.
So.
Good. I love Ted.
That's awesome.
Well, Misfit's gonna ask. She'll ask like if anybody wants to come with, but she'll ask Ted if he's willing to drive them around and tailgate some vehicle.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah. Well, I kind of figured I'd be the DD anyway, so I'm pretty much ready.
Anybody else want to come with? And she like looks around at the group.
Hendrix is he's just like he has his dreadlocks and he's just like messing with them and he's like, I think I need like a chill out, man. Like I'm just gonna
I feel ya.
I'm just gonna vibe.
It's a good day.
And
Look at my dream board.
yeah, Phil's like, I think I'm gonna tune the stay and monitor. I'll look at the social and I'll message you if anything's.
Yeah, that'll work. Perfect.
Yeah. Lola's not even in the room. She's like asleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bill's like, well, if this blockhead's gonna be going anywhere, I guess I should too, hey? And she like punches him in the shoulder.
Bill and Ted.
Yeah,
Ted and Bill.
Yeah, Ted and Bill.
Yeah,
Oh,
Ted and Bill.
sorry.
Not
For
copyright.
copyright reasons.
Yeah. Theodore and William.
Pretty much.
But yeah, you basically have Bill and Ted coming along. So Bill will be accompanying. She usually sits in the passenger seat while everyone else is sort of in the back of the van. So yeah, you guys all load up. Any other preparations being made?
Oh, I have a question.
Reloading.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if we've described the van before, but the van's not well known, right? Like,
I don't know. Is it?
I don't think it would be.
Okay.
Like you have like an anonymous looking van versus like super like
a
hot
decked out-
pink and like
exactly. Like I'm
stenciled
sure
graffiti.
that they do stuff for tours and shit, but I'm sure that they when they get back from it, they just paint over it and it's just a generic white van or a generic gray or whatever.
Yeah, you guys have pretty generic van that you can like be in. Like it doesn't have like license plates or anything.
Yeah.
Like if it like you guys like switch it out every so often so you don't get pulled over or anything. But yeah, you pretty nondescript van, so that's not a problem.
Great. I think then we're set. There's nothing else that can really bring. I mean, we have all our weapons and shit, so.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. Yeah. All right. So you guys head on down to the. What time are you leaving?
Well,
We should probably wait till like midnight to leave.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
That's
Yeah.
kinda
So
what
you
I'm
guys
thinking.
head
Because
out.
if the window's between like 2 and 4 a.m.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys head out at midnight, and drive in the night of the city. Night city. And you get it takes a good, I'd say from the hideout, it probably takes like a good hour to get to the wharf, but you guys make it. And it's about 1. So you're here back at the Same wharf you were just the other night. Actually, this the like last. No, it's the new day. So about like last yesterday morning, you guys were here.
I thought of something. We pack sandwiches.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Coffee.
Right
and
on.
coffee.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You guys get ready to have a stakeout. Yeah. You get here with all of your stakeout essentials. And Ted sets the van in park, and you notice that the guard shack, it's not the only thing on security detail this fine night. There's a few more people walking around. And, yeah. Can't tell if any of them are Liam, but it seems like word may have gotten out that security guard was assaulted. And so there's a more than just the security shack. There are people actually like walking around and checking things out.
Yeah, so we should like hang back as far as possible.
All right.
A dark alley somewhere.
Dark alley. Well,
maybe like a parking garage nearby.
Like, are you trying to? You have to kind of like juggle like visibility versus like you being able to see versus people not being able to see you. Like, because you're trying to stake out, you're trying to see everything. So being too far away and too hidden would mean that you wouldn't be able to see things as well.
Right.
Is there some sort of building, warehouse, somewhere we can kind of duck into to watch?
Make a perception check. You guys can all do a perception.
Alternatively, I was
for.
thinking, I'm looking around for like a parking garage, because maybe we can get like a lay of the land from a higher vantage
higher
point.
up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, something that will help us to see what's up. 19.
Got a 15.
Solid.
I don't know if I can beat that.
This is just human perception,
No.
right?
No,
This is
Regular perception?
Oh shit. Okay.
human perception is basically like reading people, whereas perception
Okay.
is actually looking around.
Let me
15?
re-roll that then.
Well, what's your modifier for
It's one less. So
one less? So it's just 14.
Yeah, it's just 14.
Okay. So, all right, you guys are looking around. Yeah, you'd be able to find a place. I'd say Mirth can find a place like this level that has like you think you may be able to like park in there and have a like good, like you'd be able to hide but also see well enough. And Mars, you'd be able to see that the like there's a spot a bit higher up, and like like sort of like a parking garage nearby. It's a bit further away, but you'd have like the height advantage.
Right. The only problem with that, now that I'm thinking about it, is being able to catch up with the vehicle after it's like.
There is
You know what I mean? So the warehouse idea is probably a better one.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you find that area. Ted will he'll start up the van and just kind of move, like he'll drive and like take a right turn and sort of drive away, and then basically take like a weird route so it doesn't look like this parked van just like started up, went to a secluded area and then parked again. So he's trying to like stealth van. I'm gonna make him roll for that. All right. I think Bill or Ted, being the driver, would have the drive skill.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Makes sense.
Hence why I was like, oh, we should take him.
Yeah. All right. Let's see here.
I think I could also potentially hack a camera, but I don't know if I want to. Is all. Sounds like a lot of trouble.
Who knows? Maybe you do. Hey, you do you, boo.
Well,
Sorry,
like that parking garage. So that parking garage, maybe.
Yeah.
Would they maybe have I don't know if they would have a camera looking out, but I could maybe, if I hack one, I might be able to get something a little, I don't know. Nah.
Okay. All right. So Ted takes his route and kind of slowly sidles on into this like lower level of like a garage sort of thing, and he maneuvers the vehicle to sort of be in a position where you guys are under cover of darkness but can see out into the wharf, and he'll turn off the van again. And here you are, staking out with your sandwiches and your coffee. And let's take a little 10-minute break.
Yeah.
All right.
Take out! I want sandwiches.
Oh, me
Yeah,
too.
dude.
I'm going to go fix myself. All right,
Yeah.
everyone, 10 minutes to make yourselves a sandwich, and we'll meet right back.
Yeah. Everybody get stakeout food.
Yeah.
Yeah, join us on the stakeout. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah.
All right, everybody,
right.
stay tuned.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Punks Not Dead, the Cyberpunk Red actual play live on Twitch TV on the ShadowcastersNetwork, your one-stop shop for all of your stakeout food role-playing needs.
I would play that game. Stakeout Foods,
You
the
are
RPG.
playing that game. Welcome to Stakeout Foods, the RPG. Welcome to basically our excuse to mukbang on a fucking on a tabletop stream.
True.
And here we are.
Big jam all over me.
Yeah, dude. So
Punk.
our intrepid heroes. They're not heroes. None of them are heroes. My God. Maybe Mirth.
No.
But they're staking out. Come on now.
He's the fuzz.
Hey.
You don't
We
know
don't
my
know that.
backstory.
We don't know that. But we
We
know that.
We know he's the fuzz. So, after reviewing the surveillance tapes of the Eastern Wharf, the gang has decided to stake out the night after to try and catch the BioLife trucks and their deliveries and to tail them to their location if they show up. So you guys are here at about 1 a.m. You guys are settled in for your stakeout. It's gonna be a lot of sitting and watching
And talking shit. Which
And eating Sammys.
which I'm sure we're very good at. We're very good at eating and talking shit.
Oh, definitely.
That was a nice healthy crunch there, Trav. All right. So, as a reminder, while we were munching, help our channel out, and you can help us out. So that stream boss is 150 HP from being defeated. Every time it's defeated, the PCs and the GM get a reroll that they can use. And as you can see, we need more rerolls on our side because shit's about to go down, I'm sure.
Help.
So please do help. Thank you. Love you. Long time. And you can do this by supporting us in any way: follows, bits, subscriptions, and donations. So mark it.
I turned
Murder
it.
it.
For some reason, I forgot I wasn't on my own stream and not muted. So you're welcome for that crunch, chat.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Ooh, and you made coffee.
Alright.
Nice.
All right.
Let's watch some boats.
Yeah.
Ships,
No,
I
this
mean.
is. Oh yeah. Here, let me.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Let's get some stakeout music.
some stakeout music.
Man, I wish I had time to make myself a PBJ.
If I'm eating weird, it's because I've never eaten with lipstick before, and I'm trying really hard not to fuck it up.
Yeah.
It's not very punk. Who cares about
I brought
messing up your
backup.
lipstick?
Yeah.
You guys curious what I wear at Jeffree Star? Brought back up.
All right. Yeah, so what's happening?
So I think you see Mirth in his
We're
in
just
his element.
enjoying sandwiches and shit.
No,
and we're just
we're
like,
like,
This is no. I'm
Yeah.
specifically. No, you guys are sitting in a van
yeah,
for hours.
yeah.
You guys, it's too. It's so. Yeah, you're sitting.
Mars is
This
playing. Mars is playing games, like on her agent.
And Mirth kind of gives her some side eye and says nothing, and then looks again and says, "You have to pay attention."
What, you're watching, right? Let me know when something happens.
Misfit's getting down on her sandwiches. She's having fun. She's like, "Can we play some music?" She's like whispering.
She, Mirth is just like, and goes back to his vantage point. Like he's like in his element. He's got the telescopic lens. He's keeping a close eye.
I know. Misfit kind
More
of
eyes, and we'll see more. Keep watching.
Misfit kind of leans over. She's looking, and she goes, "Have you done this before? You look professionally trained in this area of expertise with your little telescope."
Yes,
Yeah,
I've done this before.
How many times you sit just like this, but you're like watching, you're like watching a bloke through the window, you know?
Oh, are you the private dick that takes pictures of scandals?
You are all distracting me.
I'm sorry. I'll let you work. I'm just curious.
My sister's
Thank
a
you.
private eye. My cousin. Sorry, my cousin's a private eye.
Does she take pictures of scandals?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's spicy.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I think I was in the wrong profession, but then I remember I was born to rock.
Nah, yeah, for sure. For sure you were born to rock. And she was born to private eye, and I was born to netrun, and you're born, looking at Mirth, to pack a Slim Jim.
Be big and muscly.
Yeah.
Mirth sort of sighs and adjusts the telescope. He's not used to working with non-professionals.
Hey now.
Unprofessionals.
Hey now. Let's see if I can do this.
Yeah. Last we were doing, we were following a case we were following a Myers case.
Meyer.
Yeah. Entire family killed.
That's horrible. How'd they die?
Booster gang ripped apart.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's pretty sick shit.
What did she find?
Not,
Oh god.
yeah, not much.
I should not do this on camera. I should do this on
That
the
sounds
phone.
tragic.
Misfit is to the side eating and then applying makeup after she takes a bite.
Yeah.
She opens up her agent and she's like, "Oh, I gotta do this." I just feel like I should. It's in character. Sorry.
Gotta keep
Hey,
fresh.
So Misfit,
Yeah.
tell me about how you get your inspiration for Red Serum. It's a cool song.
Oh yeah, my #1 song. Well, it started with, the history of the nuke and whatever. And then it went down to the path of how, like, corporations just feel like they're pumping you with drugs because they're, like, controlling us. And of course it's red because of the red haze that's still in the sky and everything like that. And it's very, like, meaningful, but this haze isn't like just the color of the sky. It's like a haze that blocks our vision from what's really happening. And just, so many people are just so blind to it. And so that's why they take this serum, to be completely numb to everything.
Yeah, that's deep.
Thank you.
Plus, it
Drugs.
makes people kick shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
And drugged by the corporations, huh? That's
Yeah.
everyone in the van simultaneously sips coffee.
Mirth says, you're right. You know, it's ruined more lives than you'd realize.
Oh, I know. A lot of people have lost their lives to this corporation shit. A lot of my bandmates, actually.
Is the band frequently changing?
Not often. I've been with this group for about 2-3 years now. It's worked out. They're great. They know how to handle themselves in combat and whatnot. It's just they know what they're getting into, and not only is it dangerous when we do our shows or whatever, but it's also dangerous just because some corporations don't really like us. As we were going back to the mini argument that we had, well, I've had band members lose their lives in the past because of corporations trying to take us down, and that usually crushed them in the end. People usually rose up and, well, there was a fight for Mikey, and then there was a fight for Ian. It sucks, and it happens, but can't make a vegan omelet without breaking eggs.
Actually, I think that's the definition of an vegan omelet.
What I mean.
Right.
After the...
That sucks.
It does.
Well, it looks like you guys got a cool band going now, so...
Yeah, they're good. They're really good.
Bill turns around and she like looks at like Mirth, and she's like, yeah, things are great. I'm the 17th Bill.
Mirth is like,
and then yeah, Ted turns around. He's like, I'm the 14th this month. She replaces us. She replaces us like nothing.
oh, this is a real plot.
I just keep playing as much as I can because I'm scared. and then Bill's like, yeah, we're abused.
Where'd you find these guys? They're hilarious.
Mirth is like not sure, but he feels like there's a joke being made at his expense, but he's not 100% certain what's happening.
We're just fucking with you, mate. Ian did get ripped apart though. That was scary.
Yeah. Do you see a lot of like that in your line of work, Private Eye? After all, I'm sure that you've investigated a number of people that were torn apart.
There is a lot of, in my line of work, opportunity to work in favor of corporations who do not have the interests of people at their heart. I tend to avoid that as much as possible and make sure I always tell the truth about what's really happening. Not all of my clients want to hear that, but I see their excesses and failures to deliver on their promises, and I don't believe that that is right, and it's my duty to handle it.
Yeah, it's a mood. I hear you.
Definitely.
Yeah, my cousin's the same. She'll report. She will tell you exactly what you don't want to hear if it's the truth.
What about the rest of your family, Mars?
I don't really talk to them anymore. So.
I know that feeling.
They were, they've all been arrested.
For hacking into things, or just...
I don't really want to talk about it.
That's fine. I understand.
But
Oh yeah. Mirth, where'd you get that that thing sent to you? Like Ted like
the
turns
file?
around in the seat. He's like, yeah, it had like a thing, and that's like the whole reason we're here.
Yes, it was sent to my office.
Never thought about by who?
I'm very curious who sent it, yes. I don't believe, Mars, you were able to find any metadata on it, were you?
I don't think so.
All right, your package that you had for her.
Mirth,
It wasn't your dick. Was actually a thing. Huh.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, I'd be curious to know who sent it too, but somebody put us on this lead, or somebody put you on this lead, and told you to come find me.
Maybe it's like a secret organization, like your higher ups are doing something. I don't know.
There's a chance, too, that we're being misled by the person who sent the file itself.
But hold on, though.
Why?
Like, the file, I don't know, the file said, when we got that file, it had an encrypted secret message to find Mars, but it was sent to you. What do we have something in common?
He kind of narrows his eyes and says, well, I never discussed my cases, but I may have one in common with your cousin.
This is getting spicy.
Do you want the
I suppose
Myers
they
case?
hired... Yes, I suppose they must have hired her when I was unable to handle it. I'm familiar with it, at the very least.
What do you know?
Well, not much more than she does, from what you've told me. There's a chance there's a connection there, I suppose. Could just be a coincidence.
What exactly is this Myers case? I've only heard like a couple of things of it.
A family that got killed, they got ripped apart by a booster gang.
Yeah.
But
it's strange that, I mean, it's strange that two people have looked into something like that. Not a lot of people are attracted to torn up bodies.
do I remember who Vera was looking, like, Vera was looking into the Myers case. Like, well, I mean, I was helping her with it, but like,
yeah,
did
she
know
got
who her
information
client
from
was?
that bartender. Remember? The client.
I got a file about it
Right.
from a bartender, but she was looking into it for
Somebody. Out of character. The Myers case was a thing fabricated by Scrim in the first episode, so there's not much
Yeah, I
information.
just pulled it out of nowhere.
yeah.
But
That's literally like our one tie right now.
She was like, she's like, I don't know, like that's an interesting thing is like who would hire a private eye to look into probably like a friend of the family, because
like
they think like if it was like a family friend who was like the police, like they're gonna look at this and then throw it out like every other case just like this. Like I was hoping that someone like you would be able to find something that they would overlook because of laziness.
Or hid.
So she was able to, so she was investigating it simultaneously as the police. So she had to like kind of tiptoe around and find other ways of doing it. She could just like walk in and be like, "Hi, I'm going to look at stuff too."
Maybe we have something else in common too. I don't feel like it's enough that it's just, I'm just gonna say a word that might be associated with me, and you go ahead and you tell me if it's associated.
Okay.
Okay. Militech.
Is this in character?
In character, yeah.
Okay.
I did work for them briefly a long time ago
Who for?
for Militech.
Yeah, but who in Militech?
Nobody important. I was a security guard. I was a grunt. It was only a couple of years. I didn't really have a taste for it.
Okay. You never came across anything weird, or maybe somebody that you had confidence in, or that had confidence in you, rather?
No, it was maybe 15 years ago. For a short period of time. I don't think... Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What about you, Misfit? Have you had any dealings with Militech other than, well, obviously, Burke?
Well, that and here there are small people that work for the man being taken out or being told what to do, pretty much. I mean, I probably set an executive's car on fire before, but nothing big that I can remember, that is.
Just as a quick history lesson, the corporate war that caused the nuke was between Militech and Arasaka. It is heavily believed that because the nuke was detonated in the Arasaka headquarters, and Arasaka So the Arasaka have been like excommunicated from my understanding. I could be wrong about this, but when I looked up the information on this, the Arasaka headquarters had been the nuke was detonated in the headquarters, and basically everyone blamed Arasaka and excommunicated them from Night City, basically. And Militech is basically held as like, oh, like they're the ones who won, basically. And it's heavily believed that Militech detonated the nuke inside of Arasaka, but it's not confirmed.
Okay.
It's just a lot of people think like, yeah.
That's good to know, because I'm sure.
Yeah.
As you asked Miss Wish, she's like, oh no, I don't remember, and then she goes, oh no, wait, I do. I wrote a song about them once.
Yeah. No, Militech isn't even one that you'd be like, oh, I don't know. I kind of feel like Militech is like the corporation. Yeah. Like Militech is the Ares of this universe. Yeah. They are like they are here. They are the corporation.
Right.
And
they're
Militech,
very military focused,
basically, they are like big corporate fucking jagovs that they're definitely like they're like, for people like Misfit, they are a giant target that everyone wants to break.
So Misfit just goes, I mean, yeah, everybody's after them. I mean, I've written songs about them and everything like that, but personally I've tried my best to do what I can to take them down. But I mean, like I said, setting fires to executive cars and whatever is all I can really do. That's a big corporation. That's a big white tiger. I can't take that down alone, and I'm going to need a lot more people to do it with me.
My family used to work for Militech. That's why I asked if maybe they don't work for them anymore because they were arrested. They got framed.
Framed for what?
Terrorism. We had decided the terrorism was about the bomb, right? The nuking of Night City? That they were behind it?
No.
Or was it something else?
It was a different. They had been. Well, yeah. I don't want to say too much because you're the only one privy to that information. But it wasn't. Yeah, it wasn't the nuking of Night City. It was something else.
And but you weren't connected to it. You weren't framed.
No. My parents were framed. Well, specifically my father and his brother. So, yeah. My mom went away too. Accessory. Yeah, and our bank accounts were drained and everything. So we, I have nothing to do with Militech anymore.
Who do you think was responsible for their framing?
So I used to run with a couple of guys. You know, just I was a corp kid. I had nothing to do other than mess around on the net, and I fell in with these two guys named Jeeves and Yahoo.
Ah, familiar.
Yeah, it was them. I didn't realize how I was stupid. And basically, they saw me and my family as easy targets because I had the insider info.
Have you seen them since?
No. So when they came up again, we're asking Spider about it. Well, let's just say I have unfinished business.
That's why you didn't want to talk to them.
I want to make sure that when I do talk to them, I can bury them.
Do you think they'd have evidence to exonerate your family?
Probably.
Well, we can cross that bridge once we get there.
So yeah, do the names Zebulon Bailey, Wendell Bailey, any of that mean anything to you?
Mirth nods. Yes, I've heard the names.
Have you worked for them at all, or?
No, in my circles there was some. They are not unknown in my community.
I look back out at the docks, just kind of thinking. There has to be something that we're missing.
Well, I mean, corporations like to pay off people and hide their own secrets. This isn't the first time that this has happened, and
What was the name of the rival corporation that got blamed?
Arasaka.
Mirth kind of tilts his head and says, could it be Arasaka trying to bring down Militech? It seems like an odd way to do it, though. Through such back channels.
well,
I have no connection to them.
And Militech's still going strong, so.
if it is them, it's probably best that they're not out in the open. I mean, if what everybody says is true and what everybody believes, and how, their rival took them down with a fucking nuke. I don't blame them.
But
Yeah, they're all corporate fuckheads, though, isn't it?
Exactly.
well, the file specifically targeted Lyle Burke, so I don't know that it seems very connected to this specific case. Mars, do you know anyone named Vance?
No. No, just this Vance Miller guy that we found information about.
Yes.
It was the first I'd heard of him.
I don't know any out of character. I don't know anything about Vance either, other than
No.
this case. Okay. Just needed to double check. There's a lot of names and words being thrown
Yeah,
around.
yeah.
Well, I, for one, Misfit kind of like perks up a bit. I am all for revenge and taking down corporations, so Misfit, if you need a gun, I will be there by your side.
You're Misfit.
Are you talking to Mars? It's confusing because we all have the same name that starts with M.
Okay, all right. So Bill and I were talking about that. That's fucking weird, right?
It's confusing. Yep, it's very confusing.
It's like
You know what I mean?
It's strange that this arose independently.
talk about manufactured.
That's also
you know
an
what
M
I-
word.
You know what I mean, though. I actually didn't realize
Yeah.
that I said my own name.
Yeah.
I was just
I
like,
used to do that with Turbo and Retro all the time. I was
Yeah,
like, hey,
yeah.
Turbo, wait.
yeah.
It's currently 2 a.m. for you guys, so I mean, you guys just Misfit, Mars, whatever.
I mean,
I think it's funny that we fuck this up all the time. Like people in world have to fuck this up sometimes too.
Oh, definitely.
Totally.
Yeah.
Well, it's like we just met these two last night.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know about you guys, but like I'm not good with remembering faces to names.
Mhm.
So
My parents had 4 children and would run through every single name.
Yeah.
We'd be like, which one are you looking for?
Yep.
let's just do that.
Yep.
It's a human thing. So can I roll perception at some point here to see if I see anything?
Sure. Yeah, you all can roll perception if you think you're paying attention to the docks. Yeah, it's been an hour after you guys have kind of been having a conversation and everything. And so I'd say another perception check is in order.
14 for me. Yike!
9. And I have to roll
You have
that
to subtract. Yeah, you got to crit.
Yeah.
Could do the crit failure one. See how.
6.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to see the docs through your agent, but
Well, Misfit's also like very intrigued in this conversation because she's like, there's another name and there's another name and there's this and this and so
Who's that guy? And what's this?
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys keep an eye on the docks. Kind of maybe also looking at the patrols of the security guards walking around. You see someone arrive. It's just one guy, or one figure, I should say. And they go to the spot of the wharf where there's like a small boat as well. And you Misfit's like, I think that's the same location. I talked to that one guy that comes
Yeah.
here. He says he comes here every night.
Chill.
And yeah, and so you just see he's down there by his boat. And if you kind of watch him, he just and in this boat is like, it's like small. It's like a one person, like, I'm gonna go out for a fishing, whatever. It's not the ones you found on the security footage. But you see this guy is back again this morning to take his boat out for a spin. And he hops into his boat. Takes like 15 minutes. That dude's getting everything, and then he goes off. One of the security guards comes over and they seem to be talking for a sec, and then the security guard leaves and he hops in his boat and heads out. But then nothing else. 2:15, 2:20 a.m.
They should be coming around soon. Misfit kind of perks up. Because that guy leaves. And the reason he does is because other boats come in and they don't like him being in that area.
That's
Now,
a good point. I didn't think about.
Yeah. Who was he again?
Some
Oh,
guy.
the man on the boat? He was just
Yeah.
a fisherman, dude. He was really stoned when I was talking to him.
Right, okay. Well, keep waiting then.
Should be soon, though.
Montage of tick, tick, tick,
Yeah,
tick, tick, tick.
2:30.
Do I have a spare
2:45.
guitar in my van? I'm sure I do. Oh, I have the fake
Oh
one.
yeah, it's your van.
yeah.
I'm one of the fake ones.
Yeah.
There's at one point where Misfit's just like on her guitar and her head's tilted back and she just goes, "This is fucking boring." Like, drums.
Misfit!
Sorry. Just really bored.
Yeah, there's moments of like silence, and then like Mirth sort of gets in the zone, and then like Ted up at the steering wheel is just kind of
Yeah.
Mirth is like,
Misfit's getting down and she's like, yeah.
pours another cup of coffee and is like, all right, focused on his lens.
yeah, there's some more silence. More time ticks away. Watching.
Misfit's drawing on her jeans with a pen, like we did in high school. Like,
It hits 3 a.m. on the dot. You guys are watching, and there's still nothing. And it's just like you guys see like 3 a.m. You're like, thank God, it's been 2 hours. Like 3 a.m. is like the magic number. And you guys are paying attention, and you're watching, and there's still nothing. And time ticks more. It's 3:05, 3:10, 3:20, 3:30, 3:35, 36, 37. Stakeouts suck. And then you notice a truck start to drive away that was parked before, and then you notice like the security guards all sort of the security guards are doing their patrols still, and they also, like, there's a few of them that sort of turn in a certain direction to look at something, and then these 2 trucks come in, like back to back.
Oh, something's happening. Point.
And they come in and they go to the like security like checkpoint, basically, like that little shack, and like they stop there, and they're parked there for a little bit, like not parked, but like they're running, but they're like there, like checking in with security. And after a couple minutes, the gate raises and they go in, and they get to the dock there and sit, and then those 2 park, like the lights, you can see the lights turn off on them, and they sit there. And if you have the telescope, you look in and you can see the side of it has is like B something. But you guys aren't that far away, so you'd be able to see that it says BioLife on it.
Okay.
So yeah, the trucks are here. The wharf is still pretty empty when it comes to when they park. There's no one really there. And this is to say, like, you guys, it's not like there hasn't been any activity. Like, there's been like one ship that's come in and like offloaded some stuff and then went on. There wasn't really anything. They went and checked in with security, and that's it. These trucks are here, and there's no activity for a bit. These security guards are sort of still patrolling. There's a couple of them that kind of just stop and like look at these vehicles, and they're just kind of like looking at them. And then it's about 3:50 when a ship slowly starts to make its way into the wharf.
Take pictures.
Misfit like grabs her agent.
Oh, and when Misfit did the social media post,
yeah,
she's probably most likely checked that.
Oh, definitely.
The last couple hours at least. And there's a lot of replies. A lot of like who, and then there's someone that just says Queen all lowercase, and then there's someone who posts a GIF of one of your concerts. There's someone who posts a fan cam of a foreign band. There's someone who's like who the fuck is that? And then there's another person's like who, and then like BioLife question mark, like getting a lot of like what. There's someone that says, I know, hey, this is, like here is the, like the BioLife is something I've been looking into. Here is this address. And there's the address. And when you look it up, it's just some person's house. And then it's like, this dude just gave you his address.
Scratch off that note.
That is exactly what happens. Like you guys look,
Yeah.
And it's social media. You get a lot of nothing. You get one that's like make better music. You get one that's like it's just like she's had, you guys have had the social media. You're used to the and there's just it's nothing. It's like you're getting nothing useful. You see the address one and you're like, God damn it. There is one guy that's like, he's like I was like, I think BioLife is that like they do I don't know, they like volunteer people. He's like, I think they do like a volunteer program. Like my brother went and did this volunteer program for them. And that was something like last week. And I haven't heard back from him about that or at all. That's like the one. It's like the one message is like, my brother did like a volunteer program for them, like a few days ago, and like I haven't heard anything from him.
Misfit's going to, obviously she's reading this all out, basically how you're reading it out. Very like nonchalant type of thing. When she gets to that one, she like hearts it, and she like writes like, thank you. I hope you hear from him soon. Like keep me posted, whatever, being really nice. And then she'll look at Mars and go, can you look up to see if there was a volunteer program that lines up with this person's story? Since it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yes.
It was like a few days ago. It wasn't just 2 weeks.
A few days ago.
It was like maybe. Like, he says a few days ago. It's not very specific.
I thought it was a week ago. What he said.
I said a week ago initially, but then I revised.
Sure. In your mind.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. Let's see. So I guess I'll do some interfacing.
Sure.
Okay. Or should I do, is there any, I'm trying to think if because interfacing is mainly when I'm in the net, but like if I'm just doing a basic search, I wonder if maybe that would be like.
Maybe just like regular perception? Like, is that? I was wondering about that myself because like in Shadowrun you do like a hacking test to like look online,
which I also find to be kind of shit, but it's like you don't need any particular skills to Google something, so it's like I'd like maybe just a perception check because it's just how perceptive you are of the results you get. I don't know.
Unless you're
at
that makes sense to me.
At least to find what I would need to dig around. I mean, I could still roll interface. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah, sure.
12.
12. Okay.
And that's with the other table for net running.
With the net running table, right. So you make a pretty competent search. You're looking up BioLife, and again, like you get the links to like this website that's a whole lot of nothing. You look for like BioLife volunteer. There's not really anything. It doesn't really have like a presence. Like it is still like a shell company, but it's weird that this dude's like brother has heard of it. And you're looking through, you don't see any sort of information on volunteering, and it's weird that this has no information, yet someone else has heard about it.
If I click on this person's profile and everything like
Sure.
that, I mean, obviously online personas and whatnot, but do they look like if I scroll through their feed and whatnot, does it look like they are middle class, lower class type of people that are desperate for like a volunteer? Like, oh yeah, I'll volunteer for this. And
Yeah, this guy, you kind of get the idea that this guy's like college age. Like,
Okay.
he's kind of like near the demographic of the people who follow your band.
Yeah.
He seems like he retweets or he reposts a lot of like relatable memes.
Yeah.
Like, haha, I hate the college, haha, corporations. It's like,
Yeah.
look at this picture of a dog.
I was gonna say
Like-
there's probably like Misfits like super serious, and then she goes, "Oh my god, look at this puppy!" like for 5 seconds, and then she like,
Is his
scrolling.
brother connected to him on social media? Can you find the brother and see if he's...
Ooh. Yeah.
Yeah, I was
I'll,
gonna say, like, we should
I'll
dig
go
around
through
that.
I'll go through like the list that he has or whatever if I can.
What we know
Sure,
about the victims is that there's no demographic. It's just as long as they're not important people that would be missed.
That's the thing. If we're thinking of like lower class, middle class people that would be taken away, I'm thinking that this like volunteer was secretive and was put in an area for those type of people, where they would see it and they'd be like, "Oh yeah, I should sign up for that."
Yeah, it was like word of mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Because if you
Like a
if you-
cult?
no, I'm thinking like a poster or some shit
Yeah.
that would be in an area where like only those type of people would see. Like, for example, in our area, we're not going to be able to see that because we're kind of safe. We're like at least getting by to that, you know what I'm saying? Am I getting?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
My line.
Like a message board, but not online. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, exactly. Because since we can't find any information online, it has to be physical. So
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I want to know like what circles this guy traverses,
Exactly.
and like just kind of take a look at what his brother's life was like.
So you're wanting to like search his profile, like
Well-
for like an account that maybe has a.
yeah, I kind of want to like, because I know that at least on Twitter, because I'm thinking Twitter. This
Yeah.
is like Twitter. There's
Yeah.
there's.
No, I know what
basically
you
where
mean.
Yeah, you can like click.
But
it
you're
and
but
you
you
can
so
be
you're wanting to like detective work into his like look
Yeah.
through his following and like people he's added or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm sure
You
he's-
yeah,
Yeah.
you
And
you
also
do
like
that.
what his life was like leading up to that point. So in sense of like
Right.
where if there were any usual hangouts of his, people that
Right.
he's talking to a lot, or just trying to gauge any kind of
Yeah.
lead, anything that looks interesting.
You start looking into this for like 5 minutes, like you're like scrolling through looking for names, like clicking on people, and it's like this guy follows a lot of people, and it's like
Yeah.
okay, it's a lot, and you're sitting here like you're not finding anything. Like it's just like you're, like looking through Twitter, like as if you were like
Yeah.
searching for this on Twitter. It's like you're looking for
It's
like
hard to
keywords
do.
and
yeah.
like trying to find until Bill is like watching you struggle, and Bill's like, I mean, he's following the band account, right? Why don't you just like DM him or something?
It's possible. I
Like
could.
DM the guy that messaged us about his
could.
brother.
Yeah. Before I do that, is there anything on his feed that says like my brother and I at so and so? Is there anything like that, or
No,
do I not see
no.
anything like that? Okay.
No. If there was something that simple, then you would have just found it immediately.
That's fair.
But yeah, no.
So he
hasn't
doesn't
tweeted
have his
about it.
brother linked to his own account in some way.
Not that you can, but it's basically like he's not like linked to like siblings with this person, and none of his recent stuff has been like my brother blank, and or like people he's tagged haven't like they haven't seemed related, and it's basically like you're looking through usernames,
Right.
and then like you're basically going through his following list, but this dude follows like 800 people, and it's a lot of work.
Yeah, he's just an everyday Joe. Like,
Yeah, you could just message him directly. Rather than
Definitely message him.
I think that's what she's gonna do. She's going to message him, and basically say like, "Hey, I'm so sorry about hearing about your brother, but can you give me any more information about him, or maybe his Twitter handle or anything of that nature? Something that we can look into this."
Yeah, you message him, and you're like waiting for a reply.
Yeah, I just gotta.
So it takes a little bit. When you go to him, you go to his name in the message, in the tweet, the message he sent to your post. Yeah. You go to that one to DM him, and you see there's replies to
Just call
you.
it a pop.
Right, a pop.
Pop media.
On his pop.
I didn't know that.
This is called pop media.
Oh right.
And so you go to his pop. So the one that you replied to him where you're like, oh, I hope everything's safe and everything, your reply has 13 replies now that are like, my brother was in a volunteer program and he said you should follow me back. And you get all these stupid you get the same person, Queen. And you just constantly There's a Twitter account called Give Me Phil's Number. That just tweets at you. Every post you make, it tweets at you. With a picture of an agent. But yeah, you click on.
Phil's got fans.
Yeah,
he's cute.
You go to. You go to his DM, you DM him, and it takes a bit for him to get back to you. Meanwhile, Mirth, you're watching the docs. You guys look back at the docs every so often, and it's basically exactly what you saw on the footage where they're just loading stuff in. You do notice though that an angle, because you had specific angles with these other cameras that you didn't get to see the entire picture. You just got to see a good amount of information. There are guys just standing around the trucks with guns, and they are not the security guards. And these you see these guys they kind of exit the vans as these other trucks are these other. They're loading up, and you see the security, the wharf security, their patrols sort of slow and they're sort of communicating. When you guys came last time, there was one guy, and now there's an actual security force, and you feel like this may not have been the way it used to be. So there's some clashing seems to be. These guys with guns come out and see the other security and start talking to each other, and so that's basically what's happening. They're still loading things on, but both sides are sort of looking at each other, going, "What's happening here?"
Yeah.
But yeah, the guy gets back to you in the DM, and he's like, "Oh yeah, his name's Michael Olson. I'm Peter Olson. He just told me that he had this volunteer thing. He's been having a rough time with money, and we were super big fans of your guys' shows. So we did what we could to do that. And now he was like, oh, I got this volunteer thing, and I'm gonna be able to get some paper from it, and we're gonna be able to do some shit. And we don't live together or anything. And he usually keeps sort of in touch. I haven't tried to get in contact with him, but I just noticed he hasn't messaged me. And actually, after I talked to you, I talked to him or sent him a message, a little bit ago. I haven't gotten anything back. He didn't tell me anything specific. He was just kind of I got this volunteer thing. But yeah, he mentioned biotech, biolife, whatever the thing was. So I don't know. It didn't really. It seemed like a big deal to me until you started talking about it.
Yeah. Misfit's gonna read this out loud to the two of you. Is there any way that we can? She'll look at Mars at this. Is there any way that you can look up an individual person?
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, first let's like see if he has Michael Olson. Like we could probably just follow.
Yeah.
From
which
Peter Olson to
Misfit
Michael
does.
Olson.
Right. You don't find a Michael Olson on, like, you find that's like unrelated, and this dude doesn't have social media, like Michael doesn't do social media, but Peter, the guy that messaged you, does.
Okay.
Yep.
Like no social media presence, like you have no pop, like you don't see like him on any other like
So someone who wouldn't be
you, like, look up
noticed.
as.
Someone who wouldn't be noticed, missing.
Exactly.
Bingo.
Misfit
Okay.
will obviously message him back, being really like sympathetic and nice, and thank him for the information.
Ask him how he found out about it, if he mentioned anything
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I'll ask him like, did you hear anything about this? Like how did your brother find out about the volunteer program?
He, like I said, like he didn't tell me. He just said like, I got this volunteer thing going for me for this like little corp called BioLife. They were like paying him like, I don't know, like a few digits to do this volunteer program.
What was your brother? Was your brother in college or anything?
No, he kind of dropped out. He wasn't really working for a bit, which is why like the volunteer thing, like he was super stoked on it. And I told him, hey, like you gotta be careful of people who want to take advantage of you. And he was like, fuck off, brother. And I'm like, all right, dude. But like, I don't know. Like he said, like he had this volunteer thing from this thing called BioLife, and he said he looked up their website and it looked kosher. So like, I don't know. Yeah, and
Mars reads that and she's like, ugh.
This guy's not really.
Not everyone is on the same level of
Of noticing a scam. Yeah, like if there's literally any other leads that he can give us, like people that he was hanging out with or places he was hanging out a lot, like what were his usual haunts, that kind of thing. Like literally any.
Yeah,
other
Misfit will
leads.
ask that. Like, is there any of the hangout places that he would go, or where he would?
Well, like
You know,
other than the Red Haze, like he did like I don't know, like he just sort of hung out, you know. I don't know. He was the one that turned me on to Toxic Rage. So like I feel like he was just like super into that stuff. I don't know too much about like where he hung out or anything. Do you know anything about, like, is he okay? Like, should I be worried? Because I'm kind of like freaking out.
Yeah, I don't blame him. Misfit will reiterate again to the group, and she just goes, "I'm not good with sympathy. What should I say?"
I don't know, you have the most empathy out of all of us, actually.
It's true. Fuck. I'll
Tell him that there's nothing conclusive. You are just checking into a couple of things to make sure everything's all right.
Yeah,
And that
because
you're
fuck
sure
BioLife.
Exactly.
Should we throw that in there?
Yeah. She'll add that.
Fuck the corpse. Yeah.
She'll probably basically put that in, and she'll basically say that nothing's conclusive. I'm just looking into it. Something came up that seems important, and then she'll put like hashtag fuck the corpse, hashtag fuck BioLife, and she basically just does her best to give him sympathy.
Yeah.
Right now.
Well, here, do an empathy roll. Yeah.
Conversation?
Sure.
Empathy roll.
Conversation.
Conversation.
Empathy is like an attribute score, right? Yeah.
Right, yeah, so,
So
a
do
social
conversation.
skill.
Yeah.
I can't believe my empathy is the highest out of all of us.
Yeah, mine's 5.
Is it
don't have-
just empathy, or is it empathy plus empathy?
If you
Empathy plus
have
conversation.
if you have conversation, then it's empathy plus conversation. But if you don't, then it's just empathy.
Guys.
Or persuasion, maybe, if you're trying to convince him that he's okay. or to like not freak out?
I think. I mean,
I guess
that would be better.
Well, that would be based off of cool instead of empathy.
Yeah, and I
right, but I'm like, this
that.
seems like I don't know if empathy is like what it actually is, or if empathy is supposed to be like a different thing. Because cool is like your reputation, whereas empathy is like your ability to like talk to people, right?
Yeah.
So like, I feel like this right now, it's kind of like ability to talk to people rather than just
for
like.
sure.
Exactly.
Yeah. I would say you could add like a +2 because you're the lead singer of the band he likes. So
that's good. Thank you. Because my empathy is 4. So
yeah.
Oh, I have the highest empathy then.
That's what I said.
5.
I don't think I
You
did.
have 5? Damn.
Yeah.
13.
Well, here you can.
I have 5.
You guys can assist each other on rolls, right? I'm
They
thinking
technically did assist.
you did, yeah, because you did do an assist. I'm just trying to think if there's like.
There is there's a mechanic. I believe it's just like we would roll, and if we roll well, you add 1.
That's what I was thinking.
Sure, you guys roll empathy as well, just to sort of see if that helps.
I got a 10.
7.
Okay. So yeah, like that was you guys basically like when she's like, I don't know what to tell this guy.
Yeah.
Like that's when you guys that's your guys' help. Yeah, you like send this message back to him, and the dude's like typing, and then like the message sends, and he's like, all right, chill. Yeah. Cool. Well, yeah, if you like figure stuff out, like that would be like super cool to know. But yeah, like sorry if I didn't have like enough to go off of or something, but like he wasn't very informational.
Yeah, she'll basically send back like, no worries, this is plenty of information. I think you were the only one on that thread that even had anything conclusive to what we're looking into. Yeah, and then she'll I don't know. I would say like I'll keep you in touch, but at the same time, this is one person. She'll just give like a thumbs up emoji and just say stay cool.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So you do that. Meanwhile, you guys see like at the wharf, like these armed guys, like there's like now it's like people have come out of the shack, and like one security guy is like walked over to the guys at the truck, and he's like talking to them, and you see he's like pointing down at their guns that they have.
Yeah.
And they're talking, and yeah, obviously you can't hear anything right now, but there's something going on here, and there's not there's like it's sort of kind of like eerily inactive, like when everyone's talking, like they're both sides are sort of just kind of staring, like the guys loading up the stuff have stopped loading up stuff for now, and then like you see about like 2 minutes go past when these guys are talking, and that little boat from that guy like comes back around and comes back into the wharf, and he's like walking up, and he's like sees all this happening, like gets off his boat, and he's like looking around, and he like walks back to his boat. And then you see, here, you roll another perception. Like everyone who's watching this, like roll a perception. Like I feel like all of you kind of like, when Mirth kind of like, hey, like, or someone in the van would be like,
Stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Ooh, I got a crit.
Ooh, crit.
Roll, yeah, add a D10.
Why even bother rolling at this
Beautiful.
point?
Do I
Yeah, I got
add
a 19.
Oh yeah, I have my result. Okay.
It's up to you guys. This may or may not affect you.
19 instead of
You could crit too, Oz.
Oh wait, my
I could,
result.
yeah.
I'm an idiot. I think did I do that right? I did that right. Okay, 22.
Yes, you did. Nice.
We both got 19. We're all hyper focused here.
So, side note, yeah, there is no teamwork test as far as I can tell in the book, in the Jumpstart Kit. But we should remember that if we have any skill, if we don't have a skill, we can spend luck points to add +1 to our, or as many that we spend. We spend +1 for every luck point that we spend.
Gotcha.
I keep forgetting that, and that's like one of the big mechanics of Cyberpunk.
That is like a big, I do forget because we have like the re-rolls and everything.
Yeah.
So you guys are sitting in this van, and there is nothing you can do. You are far away from this, and there is nothing you can do as you see 4 of these men all dressed in like the armor. Like the guys outside with the guns have like the armor, kind of like Spider was describing. You see those 2 guys. You saw those 2 guys the whole time. And now you see 4 sort of exit, like basically they seem like they just sort of walk out of the shadows behind the rest of this private security, and you see they raise guns, and you don't hear anything at this distance. You see movement and then bodies falling.
Oh, Misfit's just going, get out of there, boat guy. Get out of there, boat guy. Just leave your boat. Like.
Yeah. You're watching boat guy, and boat guy. Well, because boat guy's like.
Yeah, he doesn't really know what's happening.
He's doing this thing.
Shit.
And then you see like the dude that's in front of the other guy's look, and then the other one like.
They see boat guy?
Well, no, they look. So it's private security guy talking to the two guys next to the trucks. That guy looks behind him when he hears something, and then from this distance, it kind of looks like one of the armored guys like embraces him, and then he falls to the ground. And then that's when you see boat guy like head first into boat. Yeah. Like he like hops in. You like at this point you see bodies falling. You're not sure what's going on but like bodies are falling. You're not hearing any noise. These guys
is between who again? These are the BioLife guards.
This is between BioLife security and the security for the wharf that Liam was a part of.
So BioLife security is doing the killing right now?
Yes. The armored guys that came out of the BioLife truck, like 4 of those dudes came out of fucking nowhere behind these other guys and just started executing them. Shit. And you don't hear anything because these dudes have suppressors. Yeah. Like there's no noise from this distance. You don't hear a damn thing.
I'm taking pictures of all of this.
Yeah, Missy's gonna pull out her agent and start recording this shit.
Okay. So yeah, you're recording. At this point, when you
too, so we all have documentation.
We got lots.
You guys are trying to get as much evidence as you can. At this point, like by the time you do it, like, it's already started, and so there's all this happening.
Misfit has her phone out, so I'm sure she got like buddies are down, and then she starts recording.
Right. Yeah, and like all of your recordings are tainted by Ted going fuck. Oh, fuck!
Shut up, Ted!
He's like, they're fucking... Yeah, and it's like, everyone is like, it's just like this huddled, and they're so, all these bodies are falling. Boat guy, like, you see him hop in, and as the one dude had embraced the other guy, and then he fell, you see the other guy turn and look towards the boat, and he starts walking back around his truck, and like heads towards the boat as like the boat starts like moving backward out of the wharf. And this dude, like you could. So you're here, and what's up, Misfit?
Can Misfit, as he's walking towards this boat, she just goes shit, and she gets out of the van and starts walking that way.
No. We're trying to grab her back in the van.
Fine, she'll allow it, I guess, but she's just like, if I don't distract this, this is one person, this is one innocent person. I cannot let this happen.
This is our
This
one
is-
In this
chance.
moment, though,
You guys, as you guys are saying this, and like you guys are pulling her trying to pull her back into the van, and you're getting it under control. This is still happening, and if you and Ted is like, oh fuck, and if you look back, this armored dude leapt onto the boat as it was pulling out, and like grabbed this guy, and like you don't see anything happening. And the boat kind of does one of these where it turns back and then like turns and like hits the dock. And there's just like commotion and it's like rocking around.
They cannot know that we are witnesses.
if we stop them now, whatever they're about to do that they're killing these people for, they won't do it. Because if this must be a worse crime than killing these people.
Fine.
I know it sucks.
Fine.
Fuck my life.
And the guys that were loading the stuff on like took cover, and like you see like one of the armored guy that he stabbed him. I'm gonna stop calling it embracing because he grabbed him and stabbed him.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's waving his arms at the dock people and the people who are loading up, and then they all kind of stand up and start loading the stuff back on. Meanwhile, he waves at them and then goes to check on the boat, and he looks in the boat and you see him like moving his arms around and everything. And then you see he turns and points at the trucks, and the armored guy gets up and he has something big in his arms, and like gets out of the boat and walks into the back of this truck with like a limp body, and then exits the back of the truck without the body. And he this figure like walks down and like is brushing himself and talking. Meanwhile, the other four are dragging bodies across this like parking lot, like they're like meticulously like moving around. You're getting pictures of it and everything.
She's still recording this.
So they're cleaning up. You get as many pictures as you can. You try and record as much evidence as you can get. And about another hour goes by, and these people start load things are loaded. These two trucks are getting loaded up. Someone, like one of the armored guys, hops in this boat, like the little one that boat guy had, boat guy TM, and he drives this boat off, basically, like gets rid of this boat. Like one armored guy is gone. The other one, like there's a security guard now from the wharf, like wharf security. Like there's someone in wharf security uniform that has like very calmly walked into the guard shack and closed the door. And so
Like switching shifts kind of deal.
They're gonna take out whoever's in there.
The door was open. People who were in the guard shack exited when they saw guys with guns. And then that's when the conversation happens. All of the security had been executed that you were aware of, and then there was 5 armored guys. One armored guy got rid of a boat. You see the 3 others like start to get into a van, and then one armored guy is nowhere to be seen, but you see an individual wearing a security uniform walk into the guard shack and close the door.
Got it.
That's why Liam was so
Wiping
good.
the footage.
Oh,
Yes, Liam,
shit.
we're here.
He has your number. I hope he's not one of them.
I hope he's not. But I mean, hey, he can switch teams.
Well, if Liam was here, if Liam was here, this never would have happened.
Yeah, Leah's a badass.
Yeah, they would have all failed all their checks, and Liam would have. Well, Liam would have bolted.
Yeah.
Liam would have run away.
He would
He
have
would've
done
given
great
him
in
hell,
the
though.
Okay,
Yeah.
so the other 3 are getting in one of the trucks.
Like both of the trucks, yeah.
Both of the trucks?
The trucks, like every personnel are loading up into the trucks. The other ship is starting to leave port.
So they brought their cargo from the trucks to the ship already. They've done that.
The ship to the trucks.
Ship
And
to the
then yeah, they like over the last hour of killing people and loading stuff, they've gotten their stuff all taken care of.
Oh, the
Okay.
evidence.
So now
Right.
we have to follow them.
Yeah, there's one guy probably, the person that's in the shack is probably just doing all of the security footage adjusting.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
but we have a bunch of evidence. We have a bunch of footage.
Question. And
Ourselves,
Misfit will kind of perk up at this as she sees the people walking into the shack, and I'm sure Mars says something about like, oh, that they're wiping the footage. She'll kind of like tilt her head a bit and go, "You said you worked with 2 people on this case, right? Like in the past.
Mm-hmm.
Are they good with techie things?"
Yeah.
I mean,
Trust
I know
me. Trust me. I don't. The thought that it's one of them in that shack right now has definitely crossed my mind. But we need to follow this van.
Right.
All right. Now's your time to shine, Ted.
Okay, yeah, Ted is freaking the fuck out. He has a cigarette in his mouth. So you saw he had a cigarette earlier, and then it was like the cigarette was short by the time this all started happening. And now he has another cigarette that's like full. Like he's just chain smoking right now. Like he's
I don't blame him.
he's like right, yeah, like he's like he and Bill are like, Jesus fuck, like you guys have done some like anti-establishment shit, but like
Yeah,
you guys
this
just
is-
watched an execution.
Yeah,
Like
this
it was
is
not
bigger than
it was
Yeah.
not yeah. So yeah, he starts the van, make sure the headlights are off before he starts the van.
Yeah.
And he will, once these other trucks start moving, he slowly starts to try and trail behind them. And yeah, so these trucks are heading somewhere as you guys are sat behind them in your van. You're following them. He's trying to stay a bit far back, like he'll turn late so that he doesn't seem like he's following them. But you're following them, and they turn here, and he makes his way. They turn there, and he slowly starts to try and stealth drive. Okay.
So while this is happening, I'm gonna like switch SD cards in our camera or
Yeah,
whatever,
Yeah.
and hand it to Mars and say, make a copy of these.
Oh yeah, done.
Smart.
Just want to make sure that there's like it's up in the cloud somewhere, like they can't take it away. I don't know if there's a cloud in Cyberpunk.
I
There's
don't
a
think
red cloud.
so.
Yeah, I
Actually,
don't think
no,
so.
there is not, because the net had to be shut down after the we're in a closed network here in Night City.
Oh, I have an idea. You made a copy of them, so you have the physical and then you have the digital, right?
Mm-hmm.
Misfit just goes, gimme. And she
Wait, you
takes
already made a copy of them? Is that what I'm hearing?
Basically, it sounds like I'm gathering all
Probably
of
to
the
like
data.
your hard drive or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, I'm gathering all of
Okay.
the data, and I'm organizing it into file folders.
Right. Gotcha.
and
Okay,
making copies
continue.
and stuff for secure and encrypting them.
Gotcha.
Mirth says to Misfit, "Don't you dare post any of these."
No, I won't yet. And she takes the SD card.
Yeah.
And she goes into her back pocket and she pulls out her guitar pick. And she flips it, like, basically, because this is a thick guitar pick. She goes on the side and pops it open, and it's a little capsule, and she puts the SD card in there, and then she puts it back in her back pocket.
Oh, that is awesome.
Sick.
Neat. So Mars, you said you're encrypting?
Yeah,
You want to give me an interface on that?
absolutely. 9.
Are you comfortable with this level of success?
Just reroll.
That might be worth a reroll.
Use the reroll? I mean, no. I want to keep our reroll for something like. This is mainly like right now we're tailing these guys. I feel like it doesn't. I feel like I'm just like doing like a very quick kind of ragtag encryption. Like, anybody worth their salt will probably break through this, but at the very least, there's some security on it. And just as long as we don't get caught, we at least have a copy. We have the SD card, whatever. Like, we're fine. So I'm keeping it at 9.
All right. Make a note that your encryption is 9.
Okay.
Just in case, I don't know. This is the case we want to get weird later. So you're doing all this in the back of the van. You're getting all those files done. Can everyone give me a perception test? Not human perception, regular perception.
17.
14. Not too good.
Oh!
Yes!
Oh, yes, crit.
Crit. Attention.
Crit.
28. Oh my god, you're
Nice.
Do I crit? Do I roll it again?
No.
So no.
No, it doesn't stack.
Jesus!
You wish. Nice.
I mean, you
double
wouldn't need
crit.
it.
This was
copies are being made. You guys are tailing these fucking murderers. As amazing as your 28 is, like Mars is also clued in. I think, everyone was able to pass the perception. Your attention is sort of brought to the rear view mirror as another truck like turns and is now behind you.
Oh shit.
And then there's a few minutes go by and another truck turns from another place and is behind that one. And the trucks in front of you continue on a path of turning and turning.
They know.
And turning.
Yeah.
And they turn. Mars, you get a call on your agent.
Oh, fuck.
And that's what we're in tonight's session.
Damn.
Shit.
All right.
Oh man, nice tension ramping up there. That's awesome. We're gonna start the next section in a fucking car chase.
There's like 4 tracks. We're so hosed.
So
We're fine.
yeah, that'll be
whatever.
fun.
You always say that.
Here's my thing. Is the Jumpstart Kit, does it allow for improving characters at all? Like
No.
leveling?
Leveling up.
No, there is no leveling, but that doesn't mean
I was gonna
that
say,
we can't.
could do something. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no experience system or a monetary system, but you can do like if the story calls for it, you could be like, hey, raise this particular skill by 1 or something like that. Like you could do something like that for now if you want to do that. We might come across a street dock and be like, okay, cool, for this favor we'll get some new ware.
I'm just thinking you might as well just homebrew like, hey, here's
Yeah, I don't want to
points, put them in your
I don't want to break the game, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what I'll do is I'll if this breaks the game, hey, I'm 12. I'm almost thinking like maybe like everybody gets to have like a number 5, and then you just kind of put points in like take from that 5 and put like raise a number of a thing, like maybe keep it sort of broad, so like you can raise like maybe some attributes or skills.
The same thing more than
right. And maybe do that.
So 5 points to kind of spread out.
We'll see how that goes. And if it's broken, fucking who cares?
I doubt it'll be that broken.
Yeah. So yeah, basically like let me look at one of your character sheets here so I have it like so you have 5, so you could put that into your one of your attributes, one of your skills. Actually, that looks like the attributes and skills.
That'd be
put one in. You know what? Yeah, I'm gonna limit. So you get 5, and I'm gonna limit like 1 attribute increase, maybe.
Yeah, like one has to go to attributes, and then the rest.
Well, like you can either do like all 5 into skills or like 1 into attribute. You know what? Just fuck it. Like just distribute.
I mean,
5.
definitely let's not do 5 attribute points, because that's already that's too much.
That's a lot.
I like the idea of 1 in an attribute and then 4 in skills.
4 in skills. Yeah, let's do that.
Like, let's have
that.
1. Yeah.
Hell yeah. All right.
Sweet.
So
love it.
Cool. You guys get to do that before next session.
Got it.
Because
and can we do it? Can we do also to limit it, right? Like you can't just take a skill and boost it by 4. It's like 1 point in 4 different skills.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Cool.
I would say if you wanted to raise 1 by like 2, like I don't want to like limit it too much, because it's like because some of you are like, I rely on this thing a lot, so it's like I just kind of do this thing, so like improving with that thing would make sense to me.
Improving 1 is
all right.
Again, to not break it.
Fine. Yeah. Why don't you just GM my game for me? Huh? Why doesn't he just? No, that sounds like a good idea. Mock, thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
It's lovely. It's always lovely to have all of you here. So yeah, one attribute, 4 skills. That will be your little present that you can have before next session.
All right.
But that was tonight's episode of Punk's Not Dead, a Cyberpunk Red actual play live on Shadowcasters Network. You can catch us live 2 Mondays from now on the 25th, the week before Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Hey.
So,
Turkey.
Yeah.
Turkey time.
All right. Other than that, let's go ahead and do our little outros. Let's spice it up this week and start with Oz.
Hey everybody, I'm Oz. I am the GM of Join the Anarchy and The Sprawl, both of which are done, but you can go and check them out on our YouTube, youtube.com/ShadowcastersNetwork. And yeah, I'm going to be doing a whole bunch of crazy random shit here on the channel, and I'm in charge of the stream and our content, so keep an eye out. Follow me on Twitter. Actually, let me put us over on our social media page here. So yeah, follow me on Twitter. I'm going to be putting up all kinds of stuff. Follow us on Twitter as well at Shadowcasters. I'm sorry, at SRcasters. And follow our Discord. You can go to shadowcasters.network/Discord and go to the SCN Twitch Discord. We have 2 different ones. So if you're interested in this show as well as a bunch of other shows that we do and other actual plays, come and check us out there, and we can talk and gab and fangirl about it.
Hell yeah. Scrim.
It's Grim. I just wrapped up Guardian Allies. You can catch that on Shadowcasters YouTube as well. I'm going to be on Gamers Table Twitch doing a GM show in a couple of weeks, Sundays at 10 Eastern. And I'll be back here in 2 weeks to hang out with you nerds.
Yeah, Paige.
Hi, I'm Paige. I'm an artist for a living. I do many different drawings, but mainly character creation, because I don't want to fucking draw animals just yet. If you want artwork, which you do, who doesn't? Here's all my shit that you can contact me and see all my artwork. Go on Instagram, see all my artwork and go, wow, she's terrible. Or go, wow, I want to buy that. And hey, guess what? If you don't want to buy a full commission, which is usually $60, you can go to my Patreon and support me there and give me $1. Or, you know, you can not do that, and I'll be cool with that too. But hey, I have special things on Patreon. You see all my art early when I do stuff, and you also get exclusive sales since you know, America consumerism certain day that's called Friday, and maybe a shade of darkness is coming up.
It's Black Friday sale.
It's Black Friday.
I'm gonna have a
Black Friday sale, and I know that for a fact because I run Patreon. I don't know why I said it that way. I'm putting the sale on Patreon first, which is going to be very, very early, and I'm actually going to put it on tonight because I want to get it out there before anything else. And then people who aren't following will get that sale literally on Black Friday till the end of November. But you're going to get things half off, which means all of the artwork that I already have done, which is usually 40, is dropped down to 20. Commissions that are usually 60 or 30. It's awesome. You should do stuff, and then I can buy gifts for my family for Christmas. Other than that, I do tabletop RPG shit here on ShadowcastersNetwork and original box set, and you can follow both. Do it. You can watch me play as Thomas, a wizard, on this Saturday coming up. It's going to be the season finale of Shattered Isles, which I have no idea how that's going to fucking go, but right now it's going awesome. And then, you know, then come back here on every other Monday and watch me play as Misfit with my punky ass makeup and shit and my see-through shirt. I think that's it, actually. I think I nailed everything. I'm usually the longer person who does this, so. I'm Paige.
Yeah.
Nailed it. And my name is Trav. I do streams on my own Twitch, Mr. Travy Trav. You can follow me when I type things like poopy in the chat. You can just go and follow me on there. I stream there quite a lot. You can also find me on youtube.com/Mr. Travy Trav, always one word. Same with Instagram. But it is a little bit different for Twitter because it is Travy Trav VA, because I'm still pretending that I'm a voice actor, which I actually have been. Yeah. I have been doing it a little bit more. I've been really lax on doing any voice acting stuff. It's just been one of those years. But I'm slowly getting myself back into doing it. But I am not slowly getting myself back into doing an awesome thing called Cybernautica Pod, because I live and breathe that shit. Yeah. Cybernautica is a super awesome audio drama that is being worked on and turned into a tabletop by people like Oz and by people like Avinzi/Damien, who is also part of the Shadowcasters Network. Cybernautica is super awesome, and you should check it out. It has an awesome voice cast as well as me. And we're coming up on some crazy stuff, some crazy stuff. So you don't want to miss out on that, and you won't have to if you just click the link to go to Cybernautica, or if you want to go to a website, it's cybernauticapod.com. We also have cute little pins of all of the corporations that are all nautical themed, and it's cute, even though corporations can suck a fuck. They can drive a Segway off a cliff.
Hey, we've come full circle.
Nice.
Feel bad for that guy. Kind of though. And with that,
God, Scrim is just not having this joke.
I just was actually literally just reading some stuff about this guy, and he was like a great philanthropist, and
yeah, he was a really cool guy. Cool guy.
Don't lead up on this guy who died in a freak accident.
I'm sorry.
It's sad, and at the same time,
I have the highest empathy score.
Yeah. True. I'm over here messing up my words and being like, just shoot me in the back of the head on a California seaside. Anyway,
that's a fair point, Nick. You can be a great person and still die in a hilarious way.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyway, Shout out to that guy's family. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I'm not gonna stop joking about it though. Have yourselves a wonderful night. We're all terrible people, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
Woo!
And we're gonna raid
Night,
Happy
everybody.
Jacks RPG, who are currently
yeah.
running a game of Shadowrun 5th Edition.
All right.
So if you like your cyberpunk, let's have some more
Yeah.
cyberpunk mixed with some urban fantasy.
Do
So
it.
stay tuned. And tell them Shadowcasters Network sent ya.
Yeah. And
Bye,
subscribe.
everybody. And yeah, do that.
Ring that
Subscribe,
bell.
follow it. We
Like.
love you. Bye.
Oh yeah.
Bye, my
yeah. See you later. If you sub, you could use that emote.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One of
Have
these
you
days,
sent-
we should just do our fucking outros all at the same time.
All at the same time. Yeah. That's not a mess.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.